Okay, and I do believe we are all set. Yes, okay, good to go. Hello, everybody, welcome in. This is the Offensive Charm Podcast, episode 67? Right?
Yes.
Pretty sure that's right. Yeah, episode 67.
He's confused because he bailed on us last week.
Listen, I was not feeling great, okay? I feel like I wasn't gonna be able to put on a good show. So, yeah, and we brought in Rosa, so that's fine, right? Like, shit got done. Hey, buddy, I saw your... oh, god damn it. Fucking... I need to set up some mods for Kick. I really do. God damn it.
Yeah, every time
you already
I've been on a
did,
stream,
remember?
I did? Oh, yeah, I did.
Yeah. Every time I've seen someone
Who's that?
streaming on Kick, you get the Kick bots and the
It was like
Twitch
immediately,
bots.
too, man. Like,
No, you get at least one every stream.
hang on, let me deal with it real quick.
But you can block them, right? From the chat, right?
I just deleted it.
I'm using restream, so not quite.
Yeah, because Blue Collar was telling me you can't block them. I'm like, what? Surely there's a way to get rid of them.
I think the best you can do is mute.
Ugh.
Oh,
It's always the same thing, too. It's like, hey, I love your channel, but I can't help but notice.
yeah, that
with my help.
you got no fucking viewers, bitch.
I can help you get $1,000 a month. I'm like, whoa, that's $12,000 a year, dude.
I mean, to be fair, honestly, I wouldn't mind an extra $1,000 a month. To be real,
No,
at my current financial setting, right, an extra $1,000 would be pretty fucking nice, actually.
You
That
could
would
use
help a
an
lot.
extra 1,000 a month.
Extra $12,000 a year, sure.
Fuck it, why not? It's more than the near zero I'm making right now on the content creation. So, you know what?
Yeah.
We take those. But let me.
Dude, I just got monetized and it's still like baffling, you know? I'm like, I joked about for like a year and a half, like, I'm never getting monetized.
Yeah.
We can
I
say
think
whatever
Bear,
the fuck we want.
I think Bear got it. Bear, you got him, right? Because I don't see the comment anymore, so I'm assuming you got it.
I deleted it.
Oh, you got it? Oh, okay. Because that made you and Bear
Yeah.
mods? Okay.
Yeah, you did that the first, because I complained, and so you did it right then.
Right. Okay, cool. Oh, yeah, this shit too. I'm getting old. Rada beat me to it. Hey, good shit, Rada. Well done. But anyway, this is episode 67, and of course, I am Alex. Just call me Jazz. I'm the charm around here. Rada, care to introduce yourself?
Fuck you.
The offensive, everybody. That's one horror Emirata. There you go. And of course, we have our special guest this evening, relatively new friend of the channel, one Stupenzo. How you doing, Enzo?
Great.
my friend?
When's the next karaoke party, man? That was fun.
Well, like I said, like I said in the Discord where I gather the singers, what I'm going to start doing is that we're going to do 2 different forms of Share the Stage, and one's going to happen per month, right? One is going to be the one where I bring in one special guest, and I already have somebody, queued up for this week. And that's going to be open to the audience, which technically speaking could also be you, Stupenzo, if you want to come by and sing in the second half of that.
Gotcha.
So that's open to anyone in the audience at all. But then we're also going to have the group jam session, also once a month, and these are going to be like every other week. Yeah, the group jam session is going to be open to anybody who is in that Discord server who's already been like a guest on the show previously, right?
Sweet.
Rada, are you good?
Oh, yeah, I'm fine. I was just sad because I haven't been invited.
Well, I've tried to invite you like several times. You just said you're always busy. Like, what the fuck?
My evenings are difficult. What can I say?
Okay, well, listen, if you want to come and be a special guest on my karaoke show, by all means, come anytime. But what I'm planning as far as the group jam sessions that are going to be everybody who's been a previous guest or anybody who's in that server, really. And I don't know if you're in my event, like group event server, but if you're not, I can just send you an invite. But we're gonna probably do those like Wednesday nights. So yeah, that'll be locked in. If you ever want to show up for one of those, then by all means, come on by.
Nice.
And you like Rada, come on, if you really wanted to be on the show and you needed a specific day and time or any of that, you could just ask me, right?
I know, I literally was just fucking with you because my finger accidentally hit the button.
Oh, okay, all right.
That's all. I'm literally just fucking with you.
Okay, because I know you have said you've expressed some interest in it, so I didn't know.
I am
was not-
interested. I need to.
Hmm.
My life is so fucked up right now, but it'll get figured out.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, hey, the show will be around for however long I'm alive, presumably. Let's go with that for now.
That'd be the hope.
So, yeah.
That and I feel like I should really do some voice exercises before I subject anybody to my voice again.
No, well, the jam session's like super chill, right? It's low stakes. We're just hanging out, singing some songs, having some fun. Fucking Enzo over here sang about his penis last time, so you know, it is what
Well,
it
I
is.
found out that you guys
wanted
have
me to
sung the
come.
song
I'm
before.
not because at this point,
Listen, Enormous Penis is a great song, all right? We're not even gonna have this conversation.
It was fun when I pulled it up and you guys were like, "This song, hey!" I was like, "Yeah."
It's like I'd sang it on previous like episodes of the fucking of the collab series. Like I've done that song too. So, you know, we're just fucking around having a good time, Rada. It ain't even that serious. Is the point I'm trying to convey here.
But yeah, I was like
Have you
up
met
in the
me?
middle of the night. I woke up at
Yes.
I went to bed at like 9 p.m. and then woke up at like 3 in the morning. And then I like did some cleaning and then I saw you guys were like hanging out in Leon's Discord. And I didn't realize you guys were alive. I was like, oh.
Oh yeah. Last night when we were just shooting the shit about like Persona and Stop Killing Games or whatever the fuck else, really, just whatever came up, right? And we're just yapping. Good times though.
Nice.
Good times. With those tentacles,
all
I want to
drunk
believe
and
she works like
clammy.
natural bagpipes.
well,
on some
eventually you'll
Davy
find
Jones type shit. How does that work, by the way? Is he like a cousin or?
I half brother of some kind. You know, when it comes to the elder gods, they're so busy spreading their
Goo.
matter all over the place.
Oh, okay.
You never can tell.
You know what? Fair enough. But anywho, yeah. So I brought in the old TV so we could bring Enzo into the show here. You know, since he's a flesh person, we don't usually have guests that are fleshies. It's usually it's usually just me, right? I'm usually the only like proper human on the podcast. But
Yeah.
every so often we find some actual human beings who want to come hang out with us.
I am a real boy.
And you know, we appreciate you for it. For once, I'm not outnumbered. How about that? How's it feel, Rada?
Feel
How's
what?
it feel?
Set up like a little. I should
You're
set up like a
expecting me to have
PNG
emotions?
tuber.
What?
Oh, sorry. What are you saying, Enzo?
I should set up like a little PNG tuber.
You could.
He is
You
like
get your
a
weird little robot cop,
little
RoboCop with your
guy,
face
yeah.
on it. Yeah. You can get some art done for that. That'd be easy. You know, find somebody on Etsy, not or Etsy,
I can do it. I
fucking
can do it.
Fiverr or whatever. Oh,
Professional
you can draw.
graphic designer.
Oh shit, I didn't
Yeah.
know that. That's awesome.
Yeah, I've been making band posters for like 20 years for probably bands you've heard of.
Well, shit, you gotta show us some of your stuff, man. Want to see the
Yeah,
product.
the thing is, I'm on the laptop out of town. If I was on the work
Oh,
computer,
okay.
I got all the stuff there.
All right, when you get a chance, let me know,
probably,
man. I would love to see it
Yeah.
because who knows? Maybe we can hire you for something here for the Offensive
Oh
Charm
yeah, sure.
podcast.
I definitely hook up some homies with thumbnails occasionally.
Well, we have a
I've been
thumbnail
helping
guy,
Lance
but
with-
like logos
I've been helping
or
Lance with
something,
all
I
of his
don't
books and stuff, and yeah, I did some logos
Nice.
for some people
know. Okay,
in the YouTube circle.
sounds good. Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll talk
mostly
about
just do like band posters for music festivals and some venues around the country.
it. Very
It's
cool.
been fun.
That
I
sounds
was,
sick,
I'm in
man.
a band, you know. I play drums, and I started making your own band posters, and then I started making other band posters, and then I went to school for it, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I don't know. Graduated in what, like 2013? I was like 20 something at the time, and yeah, just been
Okay.
doing that for a long time.
I mean,
Chill.
hey, that's pretty sick, bro. And you know what? Speaking about yourself, why don't we have a proper introduction here? Why don't you tell the people about all the shit you got going on, like in terms of internet?
Yeah, in
happenings?
terms of YouTube, it's my YouTube channel is a silly place where
Mhm.
once a week we do a Mystery Science Theater best of the worst EFAP movie style kind of movie commentary where we just kind of
Mhm.
watch weird movies and laugh at them. Sometimes their full commentary is unedited. Sometimes they are edited. I'm excited about the next
Mhm.
2 weeks though because of the Superman movie. We got this Wednesday Shaquille O'Neal's Steel, which was really bad. And then we watched the following week is going to be the Helen Slater Supergirl movie, which was a long time coming because yeah, like we, I don't know. And the thing is, both of those, got copyright claims from Warner Brothers. I disputed both of them. They both got dropped, so that's cool. They're both very funny episodes. I'm proud of them. But yeah, like, I don't know, the Supergirl thing. We've been watching, like, we do live streams, every Sunday. At midnight.
Are you talking about like the fucking like the
occasionally-
CW show or?
No, there's the Supergirl movie from the 80s
Yeah.
with Helen Slater.
I remember
Oh,
that
which
one.
I had
It
never
was
seen.
Actually, one of my favorite movies when I was little.
Yeah,
Really?
Faye Dunaway, Academy Award winner Faye Dunaway is like an evil witch. And,
It's a trippy movie, but it's a good movie.
it was horny movie too. It was a very and also the weird thing that was very weird. There's like a gardener at this private school that Supergirl pretends to go as, and this gardener like just straight up falls in love with this schoolgirl in a fucking schoolgirl uniform. It's
It was
Not,
the 80s. They weren't quite as
Bit
uptight back
questionable.
then.
Yeah, that's what I'm
yeah, it's
saying.
Ellis from Die Hard. He's just being a perv on a little girl.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, that's a
um,
little out there, man. That's a little out there.
what's interesting
But-
though is like, yeah, because we've been doing the live streams where we watch a lot of weird stuff and talk about movies and just goof off.
Hmm.
And around December, I discovered this channel called WON Cinema, and we watched this thing called Supergirl Endurance, and it was this weird like semi-erotic fanfic Supergirl film about Supergirl and this Green Lantern chick going in a backyard of some house in Florida and wrestling in a pool for like 30 minutes.
Huh.
And we're like, this is insane. And then we look at the channel and find out that there's like, it's all Supergirl and Superwoman related like fan films. And we start watching them and we realize every single one of them is Supergirl getting thrown into a pool, pretending to drown. Like simulated drowning, autoerotic fanfic Supergirl stuff. It's bizarre. And we
Sounds
just
like a very
for
strange
Father,
genre.
for Father's Day, we ended up watching all of them. We finished them all, like all 40 of them.
Mhm.
And so yeah, it was only fitting that we finish off this arc by watching the Supergirl movie just in time for the new Superman movie, which I'm not
Mhm.
excited for. I'm worried about it.
One of those watch it for the content type things, right? Trust me, I know how that goes. I know how that goes because when
Well,
we get into
no,
our weeks, I'll be doing a little bit of that. So,
I'm a big Superman fan, I was probably going to see it anyway, but I just haven't been excited about anything I've been seeing since day one,
Hard to get excited for anything anymore.
my question
Well-
then is like, because what I mean is like, would you be watching this movie? Would you be going out to watch this movie if not for like purposes of making a video on it or something?
Yes.
Yeah, you still watch it? Oh,
Yeah, I'm a big movie buff. It's why I started the stupid channel. To talk because like all my music friends, all they want to talk about is fucking Grateful Dead and Fish and String Cheese Incident all day. And it's
Wanna talk about
annoying.
String
Fish?
Cheese
Oh my
Incident.
God.
That's a
The
name
band
of a band.
Fish.
I
Yeah,
know. I
it's
understood
even
you
worse.
must
No,
have
I'm-
banned Fish. That's why I cringed.
I know
No, I
several
got-
people that Fish is like unironically easily their favorite band, and they go to all the live shows, and it's
Oof.
like, yeah.
Bro, I'm still caught up on String Cheese Incident. That's a name. Holy shit. That's an amazing
Yeah.
name. I kind of really dig
They're
that
a ski
actually.
bum-
It's working
they're a
for
ski
me.
bum band from Colorado.
Ski
Um,
bum band.
yeah.
Okay. Fair enough.
Hippie shit. But anyway, yeah, I started the YouTube channel like, if I could talk about movies with movie nerds. So
Okay.
yeah, the
Very cool
Superman
stuff.
stuff, the content, watching the movies just to have content, I mean, that's not really the thing. I don't really make short videos. That's the thing is like making full length commentary videos take less time and less effort than making like a 10-minute review video, that you see.
Really?
Yeah.
They both take about the same, like 6 hours to make. So
Okay.
it's like I'd rather spend 6 hours on just something that's 40 minutes to an hour and a half long as opposed to 6 minutes on like a 10-minute video. This movie's woke. It's like I don't really care about that anymore. Also, I feel like everyone's too negative. There's plenty of good movies out there I've seen.
Mhm.
What's his name? The guy who Julian. What's his name? The guy who played the original Doctor Doom. Julian McMahon. McMahon, I think his name is. He died of cancer
Yeah.
recently.
That was sad.
He's in a really good movie this past year, this summer, called The Surfer with Nick Cage. Great. Nobody's talking about it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like I watch a lot of great stuff, and I'm always recommending it, and it just falls on deaf ears. I saw like the best things I watched last year was this anime called Look Back, like some 40-minute anime movie. Blew my mind. Common Side Effects from this year was really good. The Rehearsal with Nathan Fielder and The Curse with Nathan Fielder. Those were wild. I watched Friendship recently. That was funny. I don't know. I'm just not prescribing to this idea that everything sucks and everything's garbage.
No, and I'm sure there are like lesser known, like lesser heard of films out there that are probably still doing good work. Thing is, I haven't actually heard of any of these ones that you just brought up. Like the stuff, right. The stuff that's still being made that is halfway decent seems to not be getting any like play, right? Which I mean, that's just depressing in its own right. But I don't know. Maybe I should start watching more movies. Just I'm so busy playing video games all the fucking time.
Yeah, see,
so
I'm the exact opposite. Where like I just got my I have Steam for Jackbox, and I just got I just downloaded a couple more games for the summer because of the sale. Because I know Leon's talking about playing that Repo game, and I really like. I have 0 friends on Steam, you know, so I'm gonna like start using Steam.
Oh yeah, well hey, feel free to add me whenever you want.
Yeah, once I start getting, I don't even know how to do that. I'll figure it out.
I'll teach you. We'll teach you. Have you added me, Rada?
That's what I was just looking at. I'm like, have I added? Yes. Okay. Yep,
okay. I was going to say we never actually played anything together yet. You know, since we're still dragging our heels a bit on Bloodborne. I mean, that even though that one's not even on Steam.
To be fair, Bloodborne isn't on Steam, so it's kind of a moot point.
Yeah. Well, we haven't talked about playing anything else together, so.
Well, maybe we should.
Okay. Well, what do you want to play? Let me know. I'm right here. Talk to me. What do you want to play? Like,
I don't know. Did you have fun with my husband?
Yeah, we had a good time. We actually had a pretty fucking good time playing some Fortnite the other night. It was good. Yeah. It was fun. But I get the feeling you're not a Fortnite kind of person, though, if I'm being real.
No, I've played some, but it's just not really my thing. Okay,
well, you tell me what. Tell you what. You figure out what you do want to play, and then you get back to me, and we'll see what we can do. All right? Because I would love to hang out more outside of just the podcast, because we only ever see each other on the podcast.
Because we're supposed to be friends, stuff or something. I don't know. I'm not good at this. I'm trying.
We are friends. We're great friends. You're one of my goodest friends, Rada.
Oh, that feels weird. Can we move on now? This feeling shit's making this isn't working for me.
All right, well, let's get into the weeks then, shall we? And I would actually appreciate it if you guys could go first, because I just ate like 2 slices of pizza, so I'm like a little bit lethargic. I could use like a second here, just do like a mini nap in while you guys are talking.
From 2 pieces of pizza.
Old Peepaw here needs a small nap. Just go ahead and tell him about your week.
Well, so I'm sure Stupenzo doesn't know, but normally we go through our.
Wait! Before you start. Before you start, we got to talk about the questions, because we forgot to tell chat about the questions.
Oh yeah, that they can ask us their questions.
Yes, chat, we have a little question thing on the YouTube side. I have no idea if we can do that on Kick or Rumble, but on YouTube side, we have a little question thing that you guys can, log your questions into. We'll answer whatever you want us to answer at the end of the stream. Of course, you can ask our guest whatever he wants to, like why he looks like Angry Joe. Somebody in chat was curious about that. So,
Angel asked,
maybe Stupenzo was an answer for that question. I don't know. But, yeah, so there's that. But we also have super chats. So if you guys want to ask anything right there on the spot, or if it's read a comment right there in the moment, if you send a super chat of any amount of money, which, we like money here. If you support the channel at all, that'd be good. But if you do that, we'll read whatever you want us to say right there in that moment. Other than that, though, if you just want to, if you want to hang on to your wallet, keep it closed, that's fine. But that means your question's being saved until the very end of the show. So, 2 options. The premium and the free to play. Figure out whatever works for you, and we'll go from there. But that aside, now we can get to the weeks. Sorry, go ahead, Rada.
Oh, okay. So now we're supposed to do the week thing. So we usually talk about what we've done over the last week. Video games we've played, other things, stuff like that. I finally got to stream again on my own channels. So I did some Expedition 33. I didn't move the storyline at all, but I did explore around a bit. I beat that one guy who was in the cliffs area that I hated. I was very happy to beat him. He totally deserved it.
Which dude was that?
I don't remember which chromatic guy it was, but it was the cliffs area right before the thing happens that rips your heart out.
Yes.
He was in that area.
Okay.
I'm being
okay.
vague in case anybody hasn't played through the game.
That's totally fine. I totally get that. And yeah, I'm pretty sure I know who that you're talking about. But like at the end, like when I was going around,
and then you can go in there.
Yeah, when I was going around in the end game, like I was just cleaning up the entire map. So I've been through a ton of shit. Yeah, I cleaned up. Let's see. I went to the floating mansion and cleaned things up in there, and met with a significant character, and who was quite a bitch of a boss fight, but we sorted her out. I beat that fucking weird dragon thing that's like flying around in the sky.
Oh yeah, you beat that thing?
Yeah, I killed that thing.
Nice.
Yeah, the pain in the ass as well. I did a bit of the
irritating.
Oh, very much so. I did a bit of the endless tower. That's like kind of near the middle of the map. Finished up all the side quests for the bonds between the party members. So I did that, right? And I mean like all of it. So I also had to deal with Mael's other half, we'll call her. And that was a whole little moment as well. So And then, as a matter of fact, I mean, I guess we're kind of getting into my week a little bit, but we shared this game in common, so I might as well just talk about it now since you're bringing it up. I have, in fact, beaten Clair Obscure Expedition 33. I've completed the game.
Congratulations.
Yes, and I am sad.
Aww.
I am saddened. It is. Look, the fucking French can't help themselves from getting a little bit of that French ennui in there, right? So. It is yeah. I don't want to say jack shit right now. I feel like I can't even say anything at all about the ending of this game. But I will say, as now that I've completed the entire game, fucking hell, this has got to be game of the year. It's got to be game of the year. It's so fucking good, like all the way up to the last second, man. And it's the ending. That's gonna throw a bit of a curveball at you that I don't know if you're gonna be ready for, Rada. Like.
You think HBO is going to turn it into a terrible show?
I hope not. I had heard they were going to do a show, right?
There's so much there that they could work with and not actually cause any problems. It's such a new thing, and there's so much material that really they could do just about anything. And as long as they don't just try to recreate the game, then they have something. Just when you play through the game, there's so much more to this universe that they could pick at any thread and run down that thread and be great. But you just don't know.
I will say, though, and I'll admit this, and this is mostly because it was a bit of a time constraint, right? I was hoping to start today's stream a little earlier, so like if I ran into anything of this nature, I'd have a little more time to like clean it up and still be ready to do the podcast like right now. But I ran into the boss, the hidden boss of this game that just fucks you. Like everything he's got, everything in his kit is just to fuck any like weird kind of like build you could go for, any cheese that you might attempt. It's like, yeah, no, fuck all of that skill. Time for you to skill it out or get the fuck out of my cave or whatever he's in. I don't know how to describe it really, but yeah, no, it's the boss who is like, yeah, no, fuck off. And like, here's the thing, I managed, it was one of those two phasers. I managed to get through his first phase after like 3 attempts, but then he just cranks it the fuck up on the second half, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna have time to beat my head against this wall right now. I'm just gonna have to come back for him in the second playthrough or whatever, but like I'm not gonna have time to do this right now. It's not gonna happen. But yeah, just there's that. But I will say one thing, because when you get to the point where you can actually go and do the end of the game, right? I don't know about you, but I think I was hovering around level like 55, 60 or so. Right?
Well, I'm over 60 now, so.
Yeah. So, but like when you actually get to the point where you can go and just finish the game, probably around that level range, right? Mm-hmm. By the time I had gone through all the extra shit, and like collected all these busted ass pictos like cheater and fucking like live with 1 health and respawn on death and all this shit, right? I was also just level fucking 100, not 100, sorry, level like 85, like on average across my characters, right? And all of my weapons were pretty much completely maxed out. Like to the point where I had to use like the fucking like Titanite slab to get the final level. And the crazy shit about most weapons in the game is that when you get that last, because everything maxes out at level 33, which is a very, well, wait, no, Expedition 30. Okay, I get it.
It makes sense.
Wow,
now,
I just thought about it. It's like, fuck, I can't. Expedition 33, the max weapon level is 33. These motherfuckers, I swear to God. All right. But anyway.
Jesus also maxed out at 33.
Oh,
Damn, he's right. Fuck. So many layers here, man. God damn. But yeah, when you do the final level of a weapon, the power of that weapon jumps up like 3,000 points.
oh shit! Really?
Yeah, like my weapons went from like doing around 4,600 damage or something, right up to damn near 8,000 damage. I'm like, oh, all right then. It's time to just fucking kill him, is it? All right, good to know. So yeah, by the time I got back around to just going through the actual like final story dungeon of the game, it's like I'm just one-shotting everything. I'm dog walking every enemy. It's nothing but a victory lap at that point. Even the final fucking boss, I'm just, yeah, no, I bitch slapped him and we're done. Like, moving on.
Damn.
Whatever it is that you want to say, no, shut the fuck up. Let me go do the ending. Out of my
I'm
face.
here to kick your ass. Fuck off.
Yeah, so by the time you finish your like side stuff and get to the proper end of the game, just know that like the hardest shit is over there in the optional zones.
Yeah.
Over in side quest territory, that's where you're getting your ass kicked. But by the time you get back to the actual game, nah, you're fucking bending him over and spanking him. Like, that's it. It's the Bane backbreaker. That's you at that point. Like, your character's gonna be that strong.
Nice.
Like Lune alone was just clearing everything by herself. Like, she was so fucking busted by the time I was done.
Okay,
Oh my
really
God.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good feeling. It's a good feeling when you do all the like super like ridiculous retarded side shit that's just like specifically built to beat your ass and make you flinch when you're trying to like do parries and whatnot. Like, oh god, the fake outs from enemies, man, from some of these
fucking fake
motherfuckers. Oh, it's bad. But yeah, but like this is just, yeah, have a victory lap. Good job. You did everything. A winner is you. Right? So just have fun with it. So yeah, man. But oh god, that game is just overall just so fucking good. So goddamn.
I'm
Sorry,
glad
go
to know
ahead.
that you weren't disappointed in the end. That makes me happy.
Yeah, yeah.
The
Are the
fake out memes
really
real at end game? The fake out memes are real
Yeah.
at most part of the game. Are you fucking kidding me?
Hang on. Wait a minute.
God.
Have you seen that one video? The guy in the fucking like bunny suit.
Yes.
Stupenzo, have you seen that shit? Hang on, I'm gonna find this real quick. Just to give you an idea of what we're like talking about here, because the whole thing with Expedition 33 is that it has like it's a turn-based game, but it has a parry system, like a timed parry system built into it.
Parry dodge, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you dodge, you're a bitch, but like, yeah.
Turn-based.
I mean, I'm a bitch anyway, so it doesnment matter what I do.
Yeah, it's like did you ever play Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga? Like any of those?
No, but
Paper Mario.
I think yes.
Okay, so you know how like when you're attacked in Paper Mario, if you like time it right, you can kind of like block the hit and take reduced damage. So essentially that. But with Expedition 33, it's like if you parry a string of attacks perfectly, like if the enemy goes ba 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 and you manage to like block all three, you get a massive fucking counter attack, and you also get like extra energy towards using your own skills, like your magic and whatnot and shit. It's great.
Sweet.
Feels real good. But let me see if I can find this shit. Hang on. Yeah, it's great. Meme? I don't know. See if I can find this one. Yeah, here we go. I found it.
There it is, top one.
Wait, let me get this up on screen for chat too, real quick. Is this one? No, wait, hang on. There it is. Okay. Chat, check this shit out. It's just great.
All I have to do is... Alright, this ain't looking good, but all I have to do is parry his next attack, and I'm good. So I just gotta lock in, and I got this. Alright, here he come, here he come. Come on. Come on! Come on! What the hell is that? Man, why is he not swinging? How am I supposed to parry this? Bruh, is this nigga trolling me? Ah! man. This some bullshit. What am I supposed to react to?
Nobody winds up like that, nigga. Come on. Nigga, swing. Goddamn. Oh my God. Can you please telegraph this in a reasonable way? Fuck. All right. You just trying to trip me up, huh? Okay. I'm not letting you trip me up. I'm gonna be patient.
Yeah, I just gotta lock in and just keep my eye fixed on that right arm, right? And then as soon as he start to move,
Left arm, there it is.
Bullshit. How was I supposed to parry that? How?
Oh, so
fuck.
fucking real.
Yeah, fucking Sylvanas, man, it's great, absolutely. You know, I don't know, why am I not subscribed? Hang on, let me put subscribe on this dude. His videos are great. Oh, fuck, amazing. Yeah, but that's essentially what Endgame is like in this fucking game, like, straight up. Oh, it's great. Anyway, yeah, sorry, Rada, you were. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, they absolutely take pleasure in fucking with you in the end game. Like it's, they had some fun with it for sure. But you know, they made an amazing video game, so I'll give it to them. I'll let them have it. Oh, fuck. But anyway, yeah, sorry, Rada, go ahead. We're talking about your week.
So I did that, and I also beat Blueprints last week. So
Blueprints?
that was
the weird,
yeah.
like first-person house exploring thing.
like the roguelike house explorer thing. It's actually really interesting. And I mean, I beat it and that I reached the last room, but there's still a lot of things to go back through and still look at, like a lot of little puzzles and stuff that they leave for you in there. So while I finished it, I haven't really finished it. You know what I mean?
Okay,
But
so
I did
you're.
reach the final room anyway. But
Oh,
that was
okay,
really
but you
cool.
just wanna. So you're just on cleanup, and then you're gonna like actually.
Yeah, you kind of you have the chance to keep playing past that point, and there's
okay.
some
New Game
things that you
Plus
can
kinda
continue
deal.
doing.
Well,
yeah.
actually, no, because it's not.
Well, not
it's
even
not
New Game Plus. Just kind of
the after game.
what is a video game that had
Something like this,
kind of
right?
an exploration point after you beat the game? You know,
I feel like any
you can
given
still do
Spider-Man game does
things,
that.
But yeah, you can
It's
still
like,
do
like
things.
free roam, essentially.
Yeah, kind of free roam thing. So you got that, except it's not free roam because all the rules still apply. But you got to the last room. You get more money and stuff.
Okay.
Went to my grandfather's house for what should be the last weekend, I think.
Oh, right. We're finishing the
If I'm
cleanup
asked
and
to go
whatnot.
out again, we'll probably still go out again, but I think we're done out there now.
Okay.
And yeah, I think that's really it. I've started embroidery again. So I embroidered a cute towel. And then
By
I started
hand, or
another
you have
cute
like a
towel.
machine?
By hand.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, it's nothing really all that difficult.
I saw some black towels with like red embroidery font, and it was I think it's Dark Souls. It says like "you dried."
You tried? Yeah, I saw
Yeah,
that
I
one.
saw that.
Yeah.
That was
That's
cute.
good.
Absolutely.
Actually, I'm going to drop this in the Discord real quick.
Oh, for sure. What you got? Let's see it. See what you've been working on.
Put that
Yeah.
in.
There was a period of time where I was doing merch and shirts, designing merch and shirts for like half of the sororities in Austin at UT, which was funny.
Okay.
But yeah, they like to get a lot of stuff embroidered, a lot of hats made, and a lot of screen print. They would make like a big screen print shirt run every time they changed a light bulb, basically. It was weird.
I just put 2 pictures and topics.
Oh, that's cute. That's fucking. Hey, hang on. Let's get that up on screen for the people. Wait a minute. How do I open a browser? There we go.
Oh.
Look at that.
So, I mean,
Look
the
at
funny
that,
thing
chat.
about these is, believe it or not, these are the same patterns. They've been the same patterns that have been produced since like the 1920s, 1940s in that area. My great grandmother worked these same sorts of patterns because we found a lot of her and my great grandmother's handwork out there that we brought home. And
So,
so I decided I
this-
would.
Oh, sorry. I'm saying, is this like a towel or?
Yeah,
What
it's
is
a
it?
dish towel.
Oh, okay. Just towel. Gotcha. Nice. Very cute.
Obviously, there will be 7 days of the week. And then there's just a whole bunch of other ones that I plan to do eventually.
Oh,
Maybe I'll
also,
sell
Bear
some
absolutely
someday.
has a point in chat.
Hmm?
He has a point. You're saying that it's nothing all that difficult, but like you what you're doing here is like gradually becoming a lost art, essentially. I can't think of too
Well,
many people who
and-
still know how to like embroider and shit, right?
I'll be honest, that's part of the reason I keep doing it is because I don't want it to be a lost art. And so there's a lot of things that I guess I kind of still do that could be considered lost arts. I mean, I can my own food. I try to do
Yeah,
as
that's
much
crazy.
stuff from absolute scratch as I can when I get the chance. Just because
Impressive.
there's a lot of these little things that people forget about that, say someday everything electronic falls apart. People are still going to need to know how to do this stuff. And it's, I said it on Twitter not last week, I think, but maybe the week before. We have gotten to the point where we've kind of forgotten that we can make little everyday things beautiful. We can make them cute. They don't have to be just purely functional. And we can do it ourselves. We don't need somebody else to do it. We don't need somebody else to embroider this stuff onto our clothing. We can put it on ourselves, and all it takes is a little work. Instead of scrolling on Twitter for 5 hours, I did this. And
You know what? Fair
Nice.
point.
so I
That's good
kind
shit.
of wanted to do something like that, do something where I'm adding something into my own life. Because I mean, and again, the reason it started is because Mom and I were talking about it. We have all these embroidered things from my great-grandmother, my great-great-grandmother, and we're talking back in a day when there was barely electricity. They literally homesteaded out in the middle of Montana where they didn't have electricity. So what were they doing? They were embroidering in the night when they didn't have anything else that they were going to do by fucking lamplight. And it's like, here I am. How spoiled am I that I have all this entertainment shit, but I have these plain ugly hand towels because, I'm not doing anything with them. So why not do something with them,
Hey, you know what? That's respectable. That's hella respectable. On that homesteading shit, know what I mean? That's that real shit, know what I mean? Like,
When the fucking
fucking
nukes
around.
drop and everybody else, well, actually, if the nukes drop, I'm dead because I'm right in that area where they're going to nuke first. But so y'all are still screwed. But at least I'll know I had the skills to take with me.
yeah, no, I'm fucking around, but like, no, that is genuinely impressive. That's pretty cool, Rada.
But yeah,
I give that to you. I give that to you.
That was my week. That's what I did this week.
Cool.
Oh, very cool. What about you, Enzo?
Well,
Checking out anything you want to share with the audience?
yeah, I mean, I was coming down here to Austin. Normally, I come down here like once a month. I live out in the Houston area, and I come out to the Austin area once a month because I used to live here and things going on. I either have gigs or people to visit, parties to go to, whatever. And this time,
Okay.
old Meg, she's going to Maine to visit her friend for 2 weeks. So I was going to watch her dogs and have her house to myself and just kind of do a bunch of YouTube stuff, get on some streams, make some videos. And then out of nowhere, it seems like what's actually happening is Meg's staying here and the friend is now coming here.
Oh.
So now it's just like me and these two drunk bitches who they're getting all rowdy eating pizza in the back right now. And I'm just, hanging along as a third wheel now. Now I got to do all this stuff for the next 2 weeks. So I was expecting to chill and make some money. And now I got to go out and spend money, which is all right, I guess. Things could be worse. But yeah, as far as entertainment goes, I did finish Blood Meridian finally, which was probably the most hardcore thing I've ever read in my life.
Oh, so
I had to I had to stop, or at least I had to stop reading it at night because it was giving me nightmares, which doesn't really happen. When I get nightmares, they're normally they're either oh, I was being chased around by monsters and it was fun. It was like a fun action adventure dream where I was killing vampires or whatever. or like wars broken out, and I had to like stab some kraut in the face or whatever. I don't know, but the actual nightmares I get are like modern nightmares where you can't find your fucking car. You're just looking for your car all night. You're like, where's the car? Or like your phone's not working. What? This isn't my phone. Like, I'm trying to type the number and it's not typing in. Like, I'm pushing the buttons wrong. Those are like modern nightmares and they're annoying.
My nightmares are always I'm missing my pants for some reason.
Yeah, you're looking for something. Your car keys. I'm
out somewhere and then all of a sudden I realize I'm not wearing pants.
You're naked, embarrassed.
I was like, where did my pants go? I swear I came out here with pants, but now I don't have any pants.
I feel like most
that would be one of those. That'd be one of those dreams where I'm like, let's party. I got no pants.
I feel like most common I always end up having that nightmare where it's like I have to fight somebody and like go to hit them, but then I don't like feel anything because I'm in a dream. So there's no like
you feel like you're punching underwater or something.
Yeah, whatever, something like that, right? So it's like I don't like this. This is very uncomfortable for me that I'm hitting you and it's not doing anything. Like having a fucking Dragon Ball Z moment here. Like what am I supposed to do? And it's like at that point I think I'm somewhat cognizant of the fact that it is a dream, but I can't just wake up. Right. So I'm like, fuck.
Oh yeah. Realizing you're in a dream while you're dreaming, that happens a lot, but that's not like a lot you could do about it. It just makes it weirder. But yeah, as far as Blood Meridian, it's one of those things where I get it. I don't think they could make that into a movie.
Well, like
a little bit, just like a lot of killing and scalping children and
Jesus.
raping and pillaging villages, just massacring Native Americans and Mexicans across the Texas and Mexico plains in the 1800s.
Oh, so it's like a historical thing.
It's like historical fiction, where it's like some guy named the Kid. He is, round up with this guy named the Judge, and he's like this diabolical like villain. And him and the band of, soldiers or mercenaries are basically going around collecting scalps of Native Americans in this like bloody tour. Yeah, it is hardcore. It's also like written in such a way that's just very, very like cold and de facto, and just like they'll just talk about it in a couple sentences. They walked by and there's a bunch of dead babies in a tree. It's just like moving on. You're like, wait, what?
Yeah, very, very detached. All right. Yeah,
go back to that. It was pretty good though. It was cool. I get the hype now.
It is the kind of thing Twitter would freak out about, though, for sure.
As far as some other good stuff that I watched, I'm a big Nathan Fielder fan now because I watched that show Nathan for You when it was on. That's a funny show where he goes and he has these zany ideas to make these businesses make better money. Like for instance, on the first episode, it's a frozen yogurt place, and frozen yogurt's not really killing it monetarily anymore. So how do we drum up more business? So he's like, okay, I got an idea. What we're gonna do is we're gonna create a poo flavored frozen yogurt. We're gonna advertise it like poo flavored frozen yogurt. Come try it. You get a free sample of the poo flavored yogurt. And they literally go to like a flavor agency and have someone make like simulated like feces flavor.
What the fuck?
And they have like a group sample of people trying it out. And everyone's
people
like,
actually went for it?
Yeah, they're like, I don't like this. This is gross. And they're like, one lady's like, it kind of tastes like poop. And he's like, yeah, how do you know that? Like, have you ever eaten poop?
Oh,
because if you have, we would like to know that. She's like, no, I don't know. It just sounds, it just tastes bad. So of course they put it in the, frozen yogurt place, and the goal is get people to go try the frozen poop flavored yogurt. So and they come in and they try it. It's awful. And then the idea is like they'll get something because they're already there, and they do. They do sell up some business. But then the punchline is the next day Nathan Fielder goes there. And he's like, hey, you know what? I was at a restaurant the other day, and I was about to eat my meal, and I saw some rat feces on the floor, and it made me so disgusted I couldn't eat my meal. And then I had this thought, like maybe having something poop related isn't the best at a place that sells food. And the guy, the manager's like, yeah, that's what we were trying to tell you from the beginning. He's like, sorry about that. But anyway, yeah, it's a weird ass show. Nathan Fielder has another show that I just got finished watching called The Curse. And it's a scripted show, and I didn't realize he was like involved in it, like behind, he wrote and directed it with Benny Safdie. And yeah, that is a bizarre show that I recommend about white savior complex in Native American Arizona, I think, or New Mexico. They're in they're in Espanola, New Mexico, and Nathan Fielder and Emma Stone are like a couple. They're married, and they have like a reality TV show they're trying to make, where they're trying to like basically gentrify these houses that belong to these natives and try to contribute to the Native American culture out there. And it is so batshit insane. I don't even really want to spoil other than that. That's kind of all I want to tell you.
Fair enough. It does sound a bit wacky.
The last episode is very absurdist, and I'm hoping metaphorical, but it's a head scratcher in a good way. So yeah, I'd recommend that one.
All right. Also, someone in chat says that there's a channel, I'm assuming on YouTube, slowly animating Blood Meridian scenes with Legos.
Oh my god.
Ooh.
So if you're interested in that, get in touch with Rayclaw in chat, and I guess
I am.
Hit you up with that one.
I'll
or you
find
can probably just type up Blood Meridian Lego.
Blood
I
Meridian
imagine to be the
Lego,
only
yeah.
fucking. There's no way you don't find like the exact thing you're looking for with something that specific, right?
Dude, that's something I found out with Jurassic Park, because we had a dinosaur stream on Sunday where we just talked about dinosaurs, and I was looking up animated segments from the book, how the book is different from the movies. And it turns out there's like several channels that have done that same thing, like animating the book.
But that I feel is a little more like understandable, since we're still talking about Jurassic Park, right? It's still a massively fucking popular series. Whereas this Blood Meridian thing, like, I've never heard of this. I mean, maybe it is incredibly popular and I've just been living under a rock, but like, I've never heard of this thing before. Rod, have you heard of this Blood Meridian thing?
Sounds familiar, but I don't remember right off the top of my head.
It's Cormac McCarthy, who wrote The Road and No Country for Old Men. He's got this one book that everyone says is like the most violent thing like most people have made.
I mean, I feel like a few animes I've watched would beg to differ, but we'll have to sort that out later.
I've heard about some of that stuff. Like, what was it? Redo the Healer was like a big one a few years back. Everyone was talking about that.
Yeah, I mean, my mind immediately goes to, if we're talking about like dark, fucked up anime, my mind obviously immediately goes to Berserk. But there's some other crazy shit like Elven Light or Lead. I don't know, Elven something. But a lot of horrific murder there. Shit where like mech pilots are eaten by giant ants. Shit like that. Sorry, what was that? What was the question?
I'm a big horror movie fan too, so it's like there's always some rowdy, like, what is it, Martyrs and Serbian Film and Kill List, and there's some hardcore ones out there.
There's some nasty stuff out there for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll mind it.
Yeah, gotcha. All right, so is that all for your week then, or what?
Pretty much. I'm hoping to see Superman in the next couple days. We'll see.
I mean, more power to you. Hope you're able to, through the chaos you're currently dealing with. But I hope you get your chance to go watch a movie, and I hope it's actually good, so you don't have to.
Well, Blue Collar just got out of it. Blue Collar Loser, my friend, and he said he liked it. 7 out of 10 he gave it. And
okay,
so we'll see.
So it's decent, at least. At the very least, it's decent. That's all right.
He said it's got a lot of that James Gunn humor in it, though. So.
So I guess it'll depend on your tolerance level, eh?
I mean, depending on how much they put in it, like the first Guardians of the Galaxy was really good. It's just when they started relying on it too hard.
Yeah, and started putting it in every Marvel movie, it's
and not just Marvel movies now. Now it's in like Star Wars movies and what else? Just everything is just getting infected with that Joss Whedon humor that started with the Avengers.
Mm-hmm.
The type of humor that's clever if you do it in small bits, but then they try to overdo it because they think that's the only thing people want, and they're retarded.
Everyone's a plucky comedic gig,
Yeah. I got
Yeah,
you.
there was like that Bullet Train movie that came out.
Awesome.
The same vibe, and just like all these action flicks, and
Hmm.
yeah.
I mean, yeah,
Wow.
I'm not like far be it from me to give anybody shit for putting a few jokes here and there, right? And that's totally fine. But when it's nothing but jokes and all that shit, it's like, come the fuck up. You gotta relax a little bit. Gotta still have mostly substance with like a little bit of humor there. Yeah, that's fine. It's nice to mix it in, but you gotta still lock in on what you're actually trying to convey with this film, right? Also, Rada, you got that one, or
Got what?
another kickbot?
Oh, I can get it. Yeah.
Yeah, if you were
You
better
have
about
like
that
an
one.
alarm sound that goes up.
I have no idea how the fuck I would set that up, but that would be helpful.
Intruder.
Something like that. Yeah, exactly. Well, as far as I go, we already talked about Expedition 33, obviously, and finishing that game earlier today. That was a great highlight of my week right before the podcast. Right, with the cutoff point of a week is like literally 30 minutes before we start the show, so it counts. And that was a great time. What was not such a great time, and of course I did it for the content again, just like I did with the fucking Acolyte. I sat down and I watched Ironheart.
I did too.
Why
Yeah.
did you hate yourself?
So we can rap about this a little bit then, you and I. We can talk about this.
I didn't really watch a whole lot after Endgame, except like the Marvels is a joke, and Agatha all along is a joke, and Deadpool, Wolverine. I think there's like a handful or two things I've watched. I watched hardly any of the Disney shows. I just don't care about
watched
long
Deadpool and
form
Wolverine.
content. Yeah, that was fun.
That one I enjoyed.
A lot. It was funny. Wolverine got his mask finally after 30 years.
Honestly,
I mean,
that was good shit. It was a good moment.
Yeah. Now, as far as like the other Marvel stuff, like even the pre-Endgame stuff, like Marvel was consistently good. It wasn't great, really. There's like a few really good installments, and even those are just comic book movies. They're pretty good. But yeah, as far as Ironheart, it's not even the worst thing Marvel's made by a long shot. But it is pretty damn
fucking bad.
bad.
Okay, so what would we say is the worst thing then? Because like, She-Hulk was pretty fucking
I
bad.
definitely,
Did you watch She-Hulk?
I definitely, I did not, but I heard it was awful.
Yeah, it's bad. It's not.
Sounded awful. I did watch Agatha all along, and that was definitely way more painful than Ironheart.
Yeah.
Also,
Yeah,
Ironheart was cool because it was like they were smart by releasing it in 2 weeks. Because that was something I hate, where it's like, oh, this awful show is coming out, and everyone wants to make fun of it. And it's like, great. That means we're going to be talking about like The Last of Us for the next like 10 weeks. No, thank you. I'd rather just wait 10 weeks and do like a 5-8 hour long stream and just talk about the whole show in one go.
And they did this once before, right? Or something like very similar. It was Echo, right? Didn't Echo like drop all at once?
These shows are made to be binged. Like the idea that you're going to string us along weekly.
With this bullshit?
I think ever since Game of Thrones, people are way less, me specifically, like I am way more hesitant to get involved in a show and get burned again, waiting once a week and then waiting a whole year for the next season, or even 2 years for the next season now for some reason.
Well, if nothing else, I think, small mercies here. I don't think you're, gonna have to wait on an Ironheart season 2. I really fucking doubt we're gonna get one. Ever.
There's another one of those shows. Happens all the time, and not just with comic book stuff. Just most shows I see, especially on Netflix and the streaming platforms, are like, this could have just been a 2-hour movie. It's just padded out to 6 to 10 hours, so that way they can have more content for the streaming platform. Yeah, 10 hours looks better than 2 hours.
Yeah.
Well, my husband feels strongly enough about it to text me that Ironheart is unironically the worst production from Disney Marvel.
Nah.
So that's how he feels.
Yeah.
Go ahead. You first.
No, you go ahead.
I was just gonna say it's gonna be like people are going to have their own opinions on which one's the worst, but like I feel like we're never actually talking about which one's the best. That's a conversation we haven't had with Disney Marvel for like a decade now. It feels like, right?
Yeah, I'm on the boat
Because
where
everything that comes out is dog shit. Like,
Yeah, I thought that, I'm one of the people that thinks that, it would have been a perfect time because Endgame came out and then there's the blip or whatever disappeared for 5 years. I was saying they should have just not made any Marvel stuff for 5 years, except for like, maybe like some. They could have done like maybe some street level stuff, like a Daredevil movie or a Punisher movie during those 5 years. But like,
and now we have
would have been so hungry.
Born Again? Right? Is that the one that just came out?
Yeah, I didn't watch that either. But
me neither.
I
heard it was mid.
Yeah,
I didn't hear it was bad. I heard it was just mid. Yeah, just
imagine if Infinity War came out, right, and then 5 years went by, and they already had it finished, but then they released Endgame 5 years later.
That
would have been nuts.
That would have been nuts because I mean, like Endgame
all
was still a pretty
stoked
fucking
about
great
anything
movie.
Marvel after that.
Yeah, and it's like imagine the payoff of like seeing Cap pick up the hammer after 5 years of waiting. Like that shit would have gone way harder than it did, and like because those theaters were already just like erupting at that moment, right? But imagine how much crazier that reaction would have been if we had been waiting 5 fucking years.
Yeah, and like
That'd
theoretically, it's like I do like Infinity War and Endgame, but those are hardly movies. Infinity War is hardly a movie. It's like it's just a string of scenes that if you haven't seen the other movies, like I'd imagine it's entertaining. It's kind of like I've seen the movie Final Fantasy VII Advent Children like 18 times. I have no idea what it's about because I've never played the games, but I'm like, this is nuts, whatever the hell it is.
Yeah, but to be fair,
I'm
is
sure
like
that's
the
what
culmination.
Infinity War is like.
Yeah, it was the culmination of like a pretty much a decade prior to that of Marvel movies, like kind of building up to this big thing where all the heroes are coming together. And it's like they did it right with, at least I believe they did it right with Infinity War and Endgame, where it's like, yeah, it's just all movies, right? It's as long as you've seen all these movies and you're good to go. Whereas like I fear for fucking, what was it, Doomsday that's coming out? It's the new thing, the new Avengers movie. They're getting, and it's like, they want you to have watched all these incredibly terrible fucking like Disney Plus shows on the streaming site. Yeah, the fucking Secret War and goddamn Agatha and fucking Ironheart, I guess. Right? Like all this terrible bullshit they want you to have watched so you're ready to watch this one movie. And it's like, but all that shit was terrible. Like why would I want to see the culmination of that, man?
Yeah, and I will say Ironheart started, and I felt like, am I watching episode 2? And it's like, no, I didn't see Wakanda Forever. That's what's going on. So
it's like
it just kind of drops you in. You're like, oh, okay, people, characters that I should know, I don't.
I mean, because I think
the cape shit fatigue is real. Superhero fatigue. Who cares?
Absolutely. But I think the only character that appeared in Wakanda Forever that's in Ironheart was Riri herself, as far as I know.
Right.
Again, I didn't watch the movie either, but I like listened to some rundowns of the synopsis. Like I was watching fucking Little Platoon's video on it and shit like that. It usually gives me everything I need to know. Yeah, I don't really need to go see the movie myself. So I think it's just her. But the thing about Ironheart, right, it's the whole fucking thing from minute one feels so incredibly contrived, especially given the events of Wakanda Forever, because like the whole reason Riri is involved in that whole fucking movie and she's kind of the crux that sets the events in motion of that movie, because she manages to invent a goddamn vibranium detector while having no access to vibranium somehow. Right, she managed to make a machine that can detect a thing that she has never personally been in contact with. So
this makes no sense.
Yeah, no,
how do you know you're looking for something you've never seen?
She's a super genius. Shut up. Shut up, Rod.
Yeah, I mean, that's something about the first few phases of the Marvel movies. Is like the sci-fi stuff works in small increments. Like you have Tony Stark in an iron suit, or you've got, you've got Captain America with a super serum soldier. But by the time you're in phase 5, everyone's got like nanotech suits and everything is just there's just so much like science and magic going on.
Yeah.
It's just world,
Yeah, and like in some points where it makes sense, at least in like a comic book universe makes sense. Like there's always a suspension of disbelief to, it's like, okay, you're able to make this thing or do this thing, but like how though? Like how exactly does this work? And it's like, at least with somebody like Tony Stark, Iron Man, right? Like he's kind of you know, he figures out how to craft shit by, you know, doing all his like actual science shit, and it's a little bit montaged through, but you're still getting like some kind of explanation, right? But it's like there really wasn't any explanation given to how Riri was able to make a thing that can detect a thing that she had never seen or touched.
Well,
like there's no explanation for that. There wasn't even an attempt at an explanation for that.
Even know about it?
You don't have to explain it. Like literally, all you have to do is just have like Riri Williams wear a fucking lab coat everywhere she goes, and she could be the exact same. But if she wears a lab coat, we just, as stupid audience members, are just like, she's smart, you know. But because they have to make it a point to be like, she's not your average genius, you know, and it's just like, come on, dude. Like, either she's a nerd or she isn't, you know.
Yeah, well, it's like, but it's right though. She's not your average genius because she's Riri, which apparently, according to Urban Dictionary, means retarded. So, and really fitting, really fitting for this show because like almost everything she does in this show is retarded. So it's like,
well, it's just like Captain Marvel. Like people, they tried to, you know, keep in mind, you know, this whole culture war thing. Like people, there's a lot of people getting into it, like barely just now. I've been talking about this shit for 10 years now because of the comic books. It started with the comics. You know?
Of
and like I remember there was a big period of time where they were trying to make, because Spider-Man is obviously like the main mascot for Marvel, but they were trying to pivot to Captain Marvel. I assume because Marvel is the name, and also Steve Ditko. There's a good chance eventually Steve Ditko will own the family. The Ditko family will own Spider-Man again. Eventually, it'll just happen. So I think they're trying to get ahead of it. This is why they're trying to pivot to Miles Morales, who is not Spider-Man. You know. But that Captain Marvel, they try to do the same thing with Captain Marvel, where Captain Marvel, she's the best ever. She's stronger than Hulk. She's stronger than everybody. She's purer than everybody. And it's just like, nobody cares. Nobody likes that. And then the same thing with Riri Williams. She's smarter than Reed Richards and Dr. Doom and Tony Stark. It's like, come on,
Miss, I'm gonna be bigger than Jobs, than Pym, than Stark combined. It's all that shit, right? That she's talking. It's like,
it's like in the first 2 minutes, right?
and then the next 2 minutes is us learning that apparently she's done fuck all at MIT for like 4 years straight, and now she's selling her other little inventions to people as like for like other colleges as plagiarism. Like she's helping other people plagiarize.
Tell my
shit.
husband to come up here and give you his opinion because he keeps texting me.
By all means, get him in here. Let's talk about it.
One moment.
It was something that Blame was like, because I liked the way it was filmed. They did that Ryan Coogler look where kind of like Sinners, where it's like it has this like really low depth of field and it's got almost like a fisheye like blend, like blur lens motion distortion on the corners of the screen. Just the show in general. The show had this like really distinct look because most of the Marvel stuff, you know, you could criticize the Marvel stuff because it's very very uniform looking. Like all the Marvel movies look the same. But that is like low contrast, even lighting. I'll just kind of have this very kind of like visually uninteresting look. And now with Riri Williams' show, the Ironheart show, they're trying.
I'm sorry. What was up, Enzo? You're kind of cutting in and out a little bit.
You roboted out real bad. Speaking of,
we lost him.
Sheep's here.
Hi, Sheep.
That's fine. He has plenty to say.
Hello.
Well, I guess you can chat with me for a little bit while we're gonna see if Enzo can make it back.
To get back.
Yeah, he did say he was on the road on a laptop, so maybe he just, you know, the connection just completely timed out. Is he still? It says he's still on the call. Let me shoot him a DM real quick. But yeah, we're talking about the first episode, Sheep of Ironheart.
Oh shit! Just the first episode.
Well, I'll go over the whole thing real quick. I mean, Roddy, you don't give a fuck if we spoil this, right?
Oh no. You. Okay. I will.
Chat. You don't give a fuck if we spoil this, right? I don't think chat fucking cares either, so I think we're all right. But yeah, by all means, keep going a little bit while I check up on Enzo.
Easy enough. All right, so Riri Williams is unironically the worst hero, air quotes, in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And then that's the extended universe and all that stuff, you know, the shows, so on and so forth. She starts off, I guess, in Wakanda Forever as the character. She introduces herself essentially as young, gifted, and black. It's like, come on now, what are we doing here?
Well, you know what we're doing here. We're doing race politics because we can't fucking help ourselves.
It's a terrible selling point. You don't do something like that. This is something that a lot of people have been talking about for years now. Like, the moment you start selling yourself on your identity politics is the moment that you're losing your audience. Don't do that.
Yeah, no.
Then on top of that, she really didn't offer any kind of assistance in Wakanda Forever. I mean, she pretty much killed, for a lack of better terms, a bunch of police.
Yeah, I did see that. I remember her carpet bombing a bunch of police cars and shit. I'm pretty sure there were some dudes in them.
Carpet bombing their beds. Like, what are you doing? Like, and it's all kinds of federal crimes left and right.
Well,
Sorry,
here's the thing.
my internet cracked out.
Well, welcome back. We might need to get your video ninja link reset though. Just
okay.
Yeah, because it is gone. It disappeared and it is not coming back. So just if you get a new link, just let me know when you got it. But yeah, we're talking about Riri and the whole setup around her. It honestly, it seems like between Wakanda Forever and like all throughout this show, that, I mean, obviously Riri is not completely immune to consequences, but she does seem to somehow be completely immune to like police related consequences. Like the police almost are never involved in anything she does, even though most of the shit she's doing is extremely fucking like apparent. Like, she's just flying around in the iron suit constantly around Chicago, just willy-nilly through the city in broad daylight, at night, whatever. Like, she's just like, and you would think that somebody would take issue with this at some point, because I'm assuming she doesn't have permission to just be flying around like that. So
that's the even worse part, is that like while there are consequences to her actions, like she faces no kind of accountability for any of it. Like,
no, not at all.
Here's something that I did find interesting, because like there's a lot of people saying, "Oh my God, she's a better villain than a hero," and it's like, yeah, we've been saying that since the comics. Like she has all the makings of a comic. Or of a comic book supervillain, because like in the comics there was a point where what's the country called, Latveria or whatever? She declares herself
she
like
fucking
queen.
Takes over Latveria. Yeah, I remember that bit.
She's like a terrorist, basically. But what's interesting is this show. What if the show actually listens to us?
Hang on.
Actually,
Stupenzo. Wait. Time out. Sorry, I just put your Fugi back up. I mean your ninja link, but we're getting double audio. You gotta mute it.
Oh right. Yeah. I'm so stupid.
No, you're good. Okay, we're good now. Sorry, go ahead. Continue.
What if like they actually listen to the critics for once, and like, because that's kind of how it ends. It's like, is she a villain now? Like that? I know she's probably not, but what if they
I want to get to that. I want to circle back to that. Let's take. Yeah, we should take it in order. Because I do want to get there. But we're gonna start at just the beginning, because like the whole intro to this show feels so incredibly contrived, right? Because we're talking about somebody who's like, and I talked about this on Twitter a little bit. Like, we're talking about somebody whose fucking like technological prowess to invent things is bordering on magic, essentially, right? Like, between the whole vibranium detector shit, and then you have like right in the beginning of this episode, she is able to create fucking personal force fields that react to the sound of a bullet before that bullet can hit its intended target. Right? That shit is incredibly fucking like, she's making some crazy fucking technology, and she was selling that shit for like a few $100s to some random ass college student, right? So she's somehow managing to make this like space age technology at like a budget that is somehow less than that, right? Like, how the fuck is she managing all this and yet is somehow still broke?
See, here's the problem.
Like, she's so retarded that she can't imagine. It's like, man, what if I just like sold this invention to literally anybody?
Right. Like, you don't like. I don't think she quite understands. I don't think they, the writers, I would say, quite understand how like
fucking stupid, I guess you could
say, advanced. How smart it would be for her to kind of like set that in motion, and then she gets abused by the industry that then turns her to go rogue. That would have been way better.
And it would have made more sense. It would have made so much more sense with her level of intelligence, or the level of intelligence that they're assuring us that she has. And it's like we do that. We got the force field thing, the vibranium detector, and then later on we find out her fucking Iron Man suit, which is still able to like shoot repulsor blasts and fly and shit, is powered by solar and wind.
Some
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
how, by the way.
Yeah, it's like
Like-
at that point you have revolutionized solar and wind power to be able
let me
to
just paint
get
this
that much
picture
out of
for
it.
you.
And it's
Let me
like
just
you still can't make money. What the fuck are you doing?
Let me paint this picture for you, all right? That is the equivalent of essentially taking a supercomputer and running it on a single lithium battery. Like that's pretty fucking impressive to take something like wind and solar energy and make that work for a suit that essentially gets the job done like throughout the whole day.
Yeah, and they're
Because
also
it'll
telling
burn
us
through that energy really quickly.
absolutely. And the funnier bit almost is the fact that she's telling us that the reason she did this is because she couldn't get her hands on an arc reactor. And it's like,
Okay, so
could you specifically, could you have not just made one when Tony Stark was able to do it? Let's say it with me, chat, in a cave with a box of scraps. Like, and you're telling me Riri, this fucking like force field generator Riri couldn't figure out how to invent an arc reactor, right? Or yeah, sure, why not, right? Just steal one, why not? That seems to be her MO, right? It seems to be how she likes to do things. So
It's
even
wild.
then,
Like it baffles me. And then like the thing that bothered me, especially in that like the beginning scene, was when her teacher said her her professor said that she's too smart. Like she's not the only genius. It's like, good job big upping her first off. Like she has no kind of actual opposition or anything like that. That's like, you know, propelling her forward. It's just a bunch of people validating her, even like begrudgingly. Like, what are we doing? Can we have
That
one?
is the,
Can we have like one mean girl, please?
well,
that
I mean,
is
here's the
the,
thing. Like, she's kind of
modern-
getting shit on all throughout the show, really, by almost everyone. It's one thing I liked about it.
Yeah, like the modern hero's journey, and I talked about this especially with that movie Encanto. It's very guilty of this, but yeah, the modern hero's journey is about basically you're misunderstood, and the climax is, you know, your friends or your families or your enemies all reluctantly admitting you were right all along, and we should have listened to you, and you're actually the bestest ever. That's like a modern story that we're seeing repetitively, and it's so annoying.
Yeah, I'm well over that. The whole idea of main character is sort of down on herself, or themself, I should say, and then all of a sudden they just get like constant validation from like the legacy characters or the people around them and stuff like that. So what are we doing? Come on now.
I don't know, man.
And it's
But,
usually
like,
a self-insert character.
so the whole thing, like this whole setup just seems so contrived to try and like put her in a place that's quote unquote relatable to the black struggle, right? Because we know we're doing race politics and every fucking politics in the show almost, right? They're hitting the whole fucking bingo sheet, but race politics especially. And it's like Riri is a character who is so incredibly intelligent that it makes less than 0 sense that she would be in this position that she's in this show, right? Like,
correct.
Any instance of her having the thought, like she has the thought to sell the inventions, right? But just for a couple $100 to some random assholes on campus. You're telling me she didn't think that maybe like a big tech company might be interested in a personal force field that stops bullets, maybe a defense company?
More money. Yeah.
I get it's the Marvel Universe, but like the shit that she's making is still ridiculous compared to a lot of shit that's in the Marvel Universe.
Contradiction. Right? Here's a bit of contradiction to her character as well. Like she's talking about selling these like multi-billion-dollar ideas for like a couple $100. Meanwhile, in Wakanda Forever, she's doing homework for people and charging them interest because they didn't respond fast enough. Like, how are you an asshole to your how are you an asshole to, like, you know, your fellow peers, but you're basically like this toothless dog in front of like, you know, I don't know, selling this idea to other people. Like, what are we doing here? What happened? How did you go backwards?
I don't get, like, again, I think this is just like they're just twisting it too much in order to get her where they want her to be, which is in this weird fucking this scenario where she's got to like team up with a bunch of criminals. Which, you guys want to talk about our incredibly diverse criminal cast real quick?
Yeah, the prettiest group of criminals ever, right? What is it called?
Yes,
the best villain in the whole group was Eric Andre, and he died.
Bro, and I think it's so funny to me. Like the whole Eric Andre inclusion was so funny to me because like they're all just shitting on him constantly. which I
Right.
get because he's a comedy actor, so he kind of like falls within that sort of character dynamic anyway. So on one level that makes sense, but on the other hand, like this is probably easily among all these actors that are involved in this criminal gang, easily the most
The
well-known
strongest.
actor among all
Yes.
of them, right?
Exactly.
In the
It's like-
entire show. In
and
the
that's
entire
actually
show.
that's probably why they
True.
killed him off so quick, right? They probably didn't afford him for like an episode and a half. So let's,
You got him
know,
and Sacha Baron Cohen. Everybody else is like unknowns.
yeah.
Which I don't mind.
Actually, I think the guy who played the
Right.
Hood might have been in something before. I feel like he looked kind of
He's
familiar to
a
me.
stage actor.
Oh, is he? Oh, okay.
Oh.
God, I feel like I've definitely seen him before somewhere, but it's just like the whole thing where it's like it's so over the top with just how incredibly diverse this crew is, right? You got your drag queen, you got your
the
trans
lesbian
man
group.
and lesbian
The
hit
lesbians
fighter
were
duo.
more offensive than the drag queen. Everyone's focusing on Slug.
Yeah.
Like the lesbians were worse.
Slug essentially did what drag queens would do, and that's fine and dandy. But the
Yeah, drag
lesbians
queens
were
are
like
very-
the worst.
Except for the like I can't get like and several people pointed this out, right? Like fucking Little Platoon, Drinker, like all those fuckers. Disprove. Everybody pointed this out. It's like he's got these fucking 10-inch long nails on, and he's like putting away, like he's doing
typing.
this weird typing shit. Like would you see him when the camera like pans to his hands on the keyboard, and he's like doing this weird shit? I'm like, wow, come on, bro.
See, I'm
really?
I'm of two minds of that whole situation. One, it was very unbelievable acting, and the other side of that coin for me is that I spent half of my life in Atlanta, and I can understand how they're able to use their hands with those like exceptionally long Inuyasha claws. It makes sense to me.
Yeah.
I guess,
the thing is,
man.
if you ever meet actual drag queens, performative drag queens, like they all act like that. Like they all act
Yeah.
like they're Mariah Carey when all they do is like lip sync,
Yeah.
and they act like divas. You know, it's crazy.
Yeah,
I've
I
been involved
just-
with shows like productions where drag queens are involved. They always cause drama. Like backstage, they want it's just issues every time. It's crazy. Lead singer
Fair
drama.
enough. Fair enough. And then
but
of
like I
course
said, they
we
don't even
have.
sing.
And of course we have Clown, who is our explosives specialist, who is
Oh,
found
Lord.
setting fire to someone's car. That's how we picked her out of the bunch.
Septum
One of the most
piercing.
useless characters in the whole show.
Yeah,
is.
actually, like just the whole rundown of like the intro to each member and like how they found them. It's like Hood.
Yeah.
Really,
The,
bro? Like
you know,
these are
like
the
I
best
said-
you could find, bro. Like,
What's even crazier-
This ain't even the C team, right? This is the D team. Like, what are we doing
Yeah,
here, bro?
exactly.
Right.
Yeah, and as far as Slug, the drag queen, like he's based off of a character who's like loosely based off of another Marvel character who's supposed to be like this big fat,
But yeah,
arms
like a
dealer.
blob looking
Yeah.
dude, right?
you know, but they turned him into a drag hacker. And honestly, it's like I said, it's not as bad as the two lesbian muscles, quote unquote, which is like,
Correct.
holy god, because like you could believe a
Man.
drag queen hacker. You know, hacker could be anybody. You know, who gives a shit?
Yeah.
And the idea that a hacker's totally full of himself, like, oh, I'm the best ever, my shit don't stink, you know, that's on brand.
Yeah.
But these two little like cholitas, you know, who are like, we're gonna take care of anything. It's like, dude, what are you talking about?
To the credit of
And-
that one blockheaded lesbian, she is relatively tall.
Yeah, but like
it is relatively tall. It's about the same height as the light skinned dude, the other dude who who's on the team.
yeah, but the fact that they're like regularly throughout the show going up against like actual
Yeah.
security guards who are just like dudes, right? These are pretty
That's
big,
not how that's
stocky looking dudes, and it's like
Why is
they're
anybody
like
called
one shotting all of these guys. They're never taking a hit, right? The twins never get hit ever.
Yeah, they never
in
get
a
hit.
fight with the jobbers. Like it's like. But then even worse, right? Because we get through all that where they're just like flawless victorying all throughout the show, and then they have to fight Riri without her suit in a fucking White Castle,
And they get
and
bodied.
and suddenly they're having trouble, right? Suddenly they can't just like
Shit,
snap
she's
her
half
neck
our height.
instantly. And like they had like
can't
that
hit
one
her.
moment. They had that one moment where like Riri punched the taller one, the trans man one, and
It's
then
like-
got
it's like-
fucking
it's-
Spartan kicked.
It's like fighting against Yoda in Soul Calibur 3.
Yeah.
Too tall.
Her hitbox is too small with it.
Yep. Basically that.
Yeah, I
all
feel
your
like-
all your mids and highs will never hit.
Oh my god!
So
Like
is that
this
the
is
whole
bit where
team?
like
Did we
where
name them
Riri just
all?
like shoves a
No.
burger in one of their faces, and that's like enough to like just immediately like completely throw her off. It's like, oh no,
Aside
a
from-
burger.
Aside from the Hood, who hasn't been talked about, we still have his second in command.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Who's
Uh,
actually
Stringer
who's
Bell.
an actual fucking like, you know, criminal out of all of them. The rest of them are just
Stiletto
retarded.
Italiano man, whatever his deal is.
Yeah.
he was cool. I liked him. And then we have Riri's first horrific sin as a hero, which is just leaving someone behind to die.
No,
a pretty horrific death too.
That was more like murder than leaving someone behind. That was like, yeah.
All right, I will say in defense of Riri, that was the suit. That was what's her name, Vanessa,
that was,
or whatever the girl's name.
Natalie.
I didn't think she figured the door would just close up again, and, like right after she left. So I can sort of kind of believe that she didn't mean to let him just die. But like the fact that she didn't even like look back and like it's like.
What the hell?
Here's a wild idea I had watching the show. Like immediately watching the show was like, the show's not good, but would we have liked the character Ironheart more if the actress who played Riri and the actress who played Natalie like swapped roles? I felt like
maybe
Natalie actress was like, okay, I'm kind of like, I kind of get what she's putting down more, She's prettier, honestly. Let's be real. Let's see
that too.
I don't know.
God, I just like, where do they keep finding these like it's these actresses with these weird shaped heads, man? Like what's her face from Last of Us 2, and then Riri with her weird like she got like. Or somebody joked on one of the fucking Rundev videos I was watching. It's like, man, they should have got her on the scene of the Minecraft movie with that square ass head. Like
that's crazy.
I just felt that was a tiny, obvious improvement you could have done to the show. Is just like, recap.
The girl that played Natalie would have she would have been in more like she would have had more screen time, but I think I think it wouldn't have benefited much at all.
Yeah,
if
still a shit
they
script.
swap the characters. Yeah.
Still a shit script and shit characters.
It's less about who's the face and more about what they're doing in this whole aspect. And both of them, I mean, Natalie is just an AI based off of Riri's imagining or Riri's idea of what her best friend was. So
which she somehow made by sticking some nodes to her fucking forehead and then going to sleep on a laptop. Like,
it's like you said. It's like you said last night. It's like the omelette du fromage way.
Omelette du fromage.
Something like that, man.
Shout out good
like,
TV shows like Dexter.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, man, it's just like, okay, so we do this whole thing, right? And it's like her whole deal when she started, like before she even jumped in with these guys, like, I don't want to hurt anybody. I don't want to no violence, and it's like, don't worry about it. We're just committing some extortion and a little bit of thievery and whatnot.
Crime.
Yeah, we'll still stab anyone who gets in the way of all that, of course. Yeah, yes. or snap their necks into dust. Right?
It's funny. She's like, well, no one will get hurt, and it's like you understand extortion is not a victimless crime.
Yeah, and then on the very first job, like, even then, like on the very first job, she watches Parker shoot somebody.
Yeah,
like right in front of her. Like he didn't die, but he got fucking shot in the show. Like at that point, like you should probably be aware that these guys are not like they have no qualms about hurting people. Like you might sort of get it, right?
And they just like they whirlwinded the whole security team, who should have had guns, by the way, but whirlwinded the whole security team, and she's just seeing all this happen. It's like, what are you doing? Like, you're not hurting anybody, but your team is. By proxy, you're a part of that.
Yeah, exactly. Like you're helping them do this. So it's like, what the fuck are you doing?
An accomplice, Yeah.
Exactly. So. Yeah, so that whole thing with we kind of fast forward. Like, oh, actually, no, wait. There's one other thing I want to talk about before we get into like the end, right? The last couple episodes, and that is the fact that Riri is such a massive fucking turbo bitch to her mom. Like, it makes her so fucking and it's like it's so weird to me as the black child of a black mother to see somebody talk to their black mother like that. And not immediately have their fucking head go all the way around. Like, this is what I was thinking of, right? Hang on. I got just the thing. hang on.
You're gonna pull up Chris Brown.
No.
Shit.
This bit right here. Like, this is what I was expecting.
Ike Turner.
I don't think you're.
Hang on,
yeah, I know exactly what scene this is. Everybody hates Chris. Has got to be one of the best shows of all time.
What?
Oh no. Bro wakes up in a hospital.
Mom.
Like, bro, this is what I was expecting from Riri's mom, right? Just smack the absolute shit out of her, right? Especially, and I think it was like the 4th episode where she had the gall to look her mom in the face and say, "If you don't want me to lie to you, then stop asking me all these questions."
Yeah.
And I'm like, bitch, what do you,
Oh, yeah,
what do you mean?
no,
You
she'd
should
have
be
slapped
dead
you
right now.
in the
You should be.
suit.
That should have been it for you. She just like, I'm surprised her mom didn't pick up the suit and smack her with it, right?
Right, like you back talking to, especially a black mother in the Chicago area, is like you back talking to your mother like that requisites you getting slapped so hard that your suit hurts,
Bro.
Like that's a massive fuck up.
Yeah, as like when my mom tells me not to do something, if I were to say or what, like Riri did, bro, I wouldn't be sitting here right now. You all would have never met
my mom.
Y'all would have never met me. That would have been it right there.
Out here in Texas, you get
like
the
15
chancla.
years later with somebody else who came up with the name.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, it would have been
Yeah,
terrible.
Fuck.
In Texas,
they're-
you're beaten with a shoe.
There's a
Yeah, it's-
lack of there's a heavy lack of respect for almost any character in this show if they're not named Riri.
Yeah, it's
And even
fucking
Riri doesn't
weird,
get
man.
that much respect, but at the same time, nobody's dishing the disrespect to her as they should.
Yeah, and it makes Riri so they make no effort at all to make Riri likable in any way. She's just such a completely unlikable character. Just so fucking off. God, I hate her so much.
You know, it's funny.
And I'm gonna say it right now for posterity's sake, because somebody might bring this up. I don't know if anybody on the other side of the fence might try and say something against this. I'm not talking about the actor. All right, I don't know the actor. Maybe she's fine. Maybe she's okay. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm talking about Riri Williams in the show. That character. Exactly. We're not doing that, right?
You know how people like to associate because people can't, separate the actor from the artist.
Yeah, nobody's strawmanning me on this one.
Right?
I don't care about the actor. I'm talking about the character.
Right. And we completely skipped over what's his name? Obadiah Stane's son.
Yeah,
right.
Ezekiel. Yeah, because who cares? Who really cares?
Honestly,
man?
he's one of the strong points of the show.
Yeah, he's one of the best characters. He's the only
But they
character
also,
that
like-
actually call Riri on her shit.
Yeah,
They also
but,
don't make him a villain though, because like he has a moment where he's
enough
gonna
of him.
kill her, and he's like, "Go, I'll
Yeah,
let
he's
you
like,
live."
get
You know,
out
what
of
the fuck?
here.
Are you
Yeah.
just
Get
looking
out
at
of
people?
Chicago. What are you doing? No, kill her. What are you doing?
and like the fact that he's there is like completely justified too, because like she's the reason he's there.
Yeah.
She fucked him over when she explicitly specifically promised to not fuck him over, and then immediately
did
fucked
it.
him over. Like the same night, the
did it.
same day.
Insanity.
Bro, like, oh my fucking god.
Like it bothers me because like, and it's something that Jay Longbone pointed out as well. I know Disbrew did, but Jay Longbone pointed this out. Just go ahead and just completely emasculate the man as you do. Every time he's on the scene,
Crying in the car for no damn reason.
crying in
man.
the car, and he's like, it's an involuntary thing. What are you doing? Why is he crying in the car? This is Obadiah Stane's son. Like Obadiah Stane is one of the biggest threats to Tony Stark, and this is how you treat his son. Okay, good to know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Like,
I believe the character existed in like the comics, and he was like a villain in his own right. But I didn't read the comics, so I don't know too much about like his personality in there. But I'm assuming he wasn't fucking crying in the car.
No, he wasn't crying in the car. I mean,
Right.
I have nothing against anyone who listens to Alanis Morissette, but at the same time, this man was into this song as if he grew up, like, but just like looking for boyfriends. Like it's kind of insane.
Yeah, like they're essentially trying to have their fucking Terry Crews like making my way back downtown moment for him or some
like,
shit, right?
Like you're not gonna top Terry Crews and white chicks when it comes to those kinds of situations.
But
That's
that was,
it. He set the bar.
The lamest thing ever. One of the lamest parts about Riri was she was like, "I'm a complicated creature," because she knows the first couple lyrics of the most popular Alanis Morissette song. I know that
True.
song. I hate it. Everyone knows that stupid song. You
But
know?
I mean, I'll be honest.
Isn't it ironic?
No, that's
I
the other song.
never
other
even
one.
heard. I'd never even heard of Alanis Morissette before.
There's two
the show,
or
to be
three
honest.
that she's done. What was the other one
Yeah.
that she did? It's not ironic.
Ironic is one.
Oh yeah, it's not you to remind me.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
of the
That
mess
song, you oughta know.
Yeah, exactly.
You gotta know.
Everyone
And
knows
then
that.
what's the other one? There's
So by
least
her own
one more.
definition, she's a complicated creature because she knows that song vaguely. you know?
Yeah.
I only know the songs that I ever hear while they're on.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
Particularly
I mean,
while
these
he's in the car with me and I'm singing them White Girl Loud.
Yeah, White Girl Loud. And
That's how you know a song's popular. Like, you hate it, but you know it backwards and forward because you can't escape it. It's on the
Man.
radio, it's on
Just like
movies, it's
every
on
NSYNC
commercials.
song.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, God, that's you gotta admit it. It's a popular ass
Yeah.
song.
So we
Let's
can
say-
kind of like I think pretty much skip to the end, which is probably the most egregious thing.
Well,
Aside
one more
from
thing
the fact that
about
Riri
the-
ran in a straight line down the street while being chased by a truck. You know, that was pretty fucking.
so stupid. Like, no, what was worse was that she ran into the street while Slug was driving the fucking truck. It's like, what are you doing? Get out of the street.
Well, they needed to have the moment where she gets in the suit and
Yeah.
punches the truck, though. How else would they
Yeah.
I
could
hate that.
possibly have done it?
They do it
And
in
it was-
every movie. We just watched Steel, and they do it in that scene. The superhero has to always stop the car. Like, it's like, why?
It's the dumbest shit. And then like Slug getting out of the truck while it's upside down,
Completely
but Slug gets
fine.
out right side up, completely fine. It's like
Undamaged.
if you look at the scene closely, you can see Slug just kind of walking along the side of the truck. It's like, how'd you get behind the truck? What do you
Yeah.
what?
Yeah, nah.
Dude. Another thing that I had to it's like I gave it points, but I also deducted points at the same time because the soundtrack, like a lot of the shows nowadays is like you got to spend a lot of money on songs. Like every
Yeah.
episode has to end on another cool popular song.
Mhm.
And the thing is, like, yeah, they were playing a lot of cool like black folk music, but the problem is every song they're using is something I saw in another show like Breaking Bad or The
I
Sopranos.
like that you got Shaka
It's
Khan
like-
in there. I love
yeah,
me some
no,
Shaka
exactly.
Khan.
Like I
Yeah.
liked they put Durango in there, but Durango's was made popular from Breaking Bad. Everyone got into that song. But yeah, the soundtrack was like almost like A for effort kind of thing. But it's like you could tell that the writers are just like you could just tell. Like the thing is, like these people writing these superhero stories spend their whole lives, in internet cafes and bars, and they don't have any kids. They've never been to any wars. John
Right.
Milius, who wrote Red Dawn, and First Blood, the screen adaptation, like that guy's
we're-
done things. He's
We're a
lived
ways
right.
off from J.R. Tolkien. All right.
We're not even
but
George
yeah,
R. R. Martin
these-
levels
these-
right yet, right now.
These writers don't have any kind of life experience, so that's why
No.
everything seems so like forced and try hard.
It does.
And you can directly trace exactly where the inspiration came from in like one single line. Like it's lame.
See, here's the thing that bothers me is that like the character the Hood, they could have actually done something with them because the way that they set it up was like Riri basically got them like bodied by the guy that they were trying to basically break into his facility. Like his whole team almost got wiped, and his best friend suffocated to death. And Mephisto basically ratted out who it was that did it, and the Hood just sat there the whole time. What's his name? I think it was like Jackson or something like that. Parker. There we go. Parker sat there the whole time. He's looking at her like, I know what you did, and I'm not gonna let you live that down. I'm basically gonna get you. I'm gonna kill you, basically. And I'm like, you can do something good with the Hood right now, and they didn't.
Yeah.
Well, they
And
need to
I
pad
did
out
like
the
the
runtime
idea
of
of
the
like
show.
I did like the idea of the tech versus magic kind of
Right.
plot that they were going for. Like that's something cool that you could do something neat with, comic book wise.
And that would kind of like
kinda,
that would kind of reflect like one of the biggest fucking rivalries in comic book history, right? Between like Iron Man and the fucking Mandarin, right? The Mandarin's
Right.
like magic, right? It
Yeah,
should be magic. Pretty sure it was
magic,
magic. Yeah. And
It's-
that's like
same with
there's that whole
Superman.
thing been going for yeah. And which is
And
always fun because like magic is Superman's like one of his only weaknesses, so that's always a
yeah,
fun
because
thing.
kryptonite. They always use kryptonite. It's like there are other ones.
It's-
Yeah,
Yeah,
The
you
magic
got
needs to come in
kryptonite.
more.
Magic hurts him. Well, he's not impervious to magic, is what I should say. It doesn't technically necessarily hurt him. It's just he can get hit with a magic fireball.
yeah.
But like the thing that and what pissed me off is like she makes the new suit. Everybody knows the new suit, the red and black one. Cool.
Yeah.
It looks nice, and that's fine.
It's
but
all right.
Oh.
It's all right.
the whole issue I have is that it was then infused with magic, and it's like, okay, so you just robbed her of her tech. Good to know.
See, I didn't
There
mind
goes her
that.
technical
That would have
prowess.
been a good way to explain how she built the suit and how it works if it was magic all along.
Yeah. I mean, listen,
it's like-
if nothing else, it gives us a way away from fucking solar and wind power, right? Which is the dumbest shit ever.
yeah, exactly. Because when I saw
Sure.
earlier they were kind of leaking screenshots, and they're like, look at her heads up display. It's clearly like Doctor Strange magic, and I'm like, oh, maybe they're gonna make her to where she's not a super genius. No, they were.
No,
but yeah,
she's still super genius.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a last resort. We're going to use dark magic to power the suit, and
Yeah.
then we lose Natalie, who's a simulation.
The kind of super genius that has fucking DoorDash come to a secret, tech hideout. But it takes all kinds, right?
But here's what I'm understanding as far as the implication goes, is like when it comes to making her suit like part magic, is that she can pull off that that kamikaze move that she did at the end of the final episode, and the suit's just completely fine. There's no self-destruct, there's no damage or anything like that, and it's like, so basically you can just magic your way into a dub, and that just robs the story of all stakes. Like, it doesn't feel like it's worth it if you're fine.
Yeah, and of course the whole movie, the whole show devolves into a big fight. That was one thing I did like about the Doctor Strange movie, was like, you got a big cosmic villain and you beat him with like a riddle, basically, which is cool. I like that kind of stuff, kind of thinking outside the box a little. We've seen it a million times. Let's do something new.
I mean, it's like Wishmaster.
Yo, I love Wishmaster.
The
one where he goes to prison. That's my favorite one.
Both of them actually are really good.
Let's talk about the last bit.
But as far as Ironheart, when I saw her suit, the first thing I thought is like, should have been pink and black. Like, why is that not pink and black? It's
it should have been pink and black. Had like the gold.
Like the comic suit.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That looks sick.
I mean, I'm not a big fan of pink, but
I mean, I'm not even big in the comics either. But I'm just saying, like, even if you're not, like, something inside me tells me it should be pink. Because not only is it, it's a black woman. So pink and black, it just seems so obvious. Like, just do it. What are you afraid of?
Get it?
Yeah, fair enough. So yeah, let's talk about Mephisto a little bit, because as we all know by now, Mephisto is revealed finally in the Marvel Cinematic Universe in Ironheart in the last couple episodes, and it is Sacha Baron Cohen. Which, when I first heard that was like who they got to do it, I was like, yeah, the Borat guy. But actually, he does a pretty good job in the role. Like, he's pretty solid.
Yeah.
Like, he's got the menace.
I was actually,
and he's got the
interested
trickster
when I heard he was going to play him.
Yeah, like he does like the trickster, like somewhat menacing, but like mostly charming kind of thing going. Like, he does it well. He absolutely does it well. Now, the very end of the show, right, where like Riri's defeated Zeke, she's defeated the Hood, and she meets up with Mephisto, right? This is where I thought, maybe we turn this around, and to my surprise, we kind of had the good thing happen where it's like Mephisto wants to get her on side, right? And she is like she's hearing him out, and she's already very skeptical. And then we have this moment where she's remembering, everything that her family has been trying to tell her, everything she's gone through with the Hood and everything. And of course, she refuses the deal. And, we get to have some personal character growth. And wow, this sounds like a much better show, doesn't it? But no, that's not what happens.
That's not what happened at all.
No, she almost sounded good for a second.
No, she shakes hands with Satan. She makes a deal with the devil, which is it's like the biggest retard moment in the entire show for me, because like he's literally saying almost bar for bar the exact same shit that Parker was telling her, to get her on side in the beginning, to get her join this gang, and immediately her life just gets turbo giga fucked because she decided to accept this deal. And here it's essentially the exact same deal being presented to her again, and she takes it like as if the last 3-4 episodes didn't even happen. Like, bitch.
And here's what makes Mephisto. This is what makes Mephisto more of a hero than Riri. Not only does he restore her AI, he restores her AI like indefinitely. That's now her actual friend back to life, which shouldn't be a thing, because that's resurrection. Her friend is technically dead. She's a body propped up by magic. That's not good. That's very unethical.
Yeah.
I
don't know where the fuck that's gonna go.
At all.
Exactly.
The genie can't make you fall in love, can't kill anybody, and can't bring anybody back from the dead.
Yeah,
like,
and it's
nobody. Aladdin, apparently.
Yeah, and it's like I know that's part of their like season 2 hook, right? That and like the shot right at the end where you see the weird evil black veins creeping up her arm and all that, and it's like I don't fucking care. Whatever you guys are like trying to lean into with this, it's gonna be fucking dumb. Like you've given me no faith with how fucking stupid this show has been in just these 6 episodes. Why would I ever come back for more of this?
What makes it worse what makes it worse is that like everything that Mephisto made the same deal with Parker. Parker basically like he basically spelled it out for Riri right in front of her face. All of the like her mother's friends, her magic friends, they told her as well, like, you're dealing with some very dark shit right now. You don't want to deal with this stuff. And Riri's like, I can take care of myself, essentially. And here she is dealing with the dark stuff. And now she's basically trapped. That's it. That's your ass.
I'm a strong, independent black woman, and I can figure out how to get around Satan's deal. All right.
Yeah, no, you can't.
Even though I can't even figure out how to make money with my giga fucking brain, right?
Asking for $1 extra is smarter than what you ask for. Let's just start there.
Oh man,
yeah, dude.
The show is an absolute train wreck. It proves her
Garbage.
to be more of a villain than Echo. And Echo, all Echo did was just ignore her family. Like Riri, she ignores her family, ignores her friends, ignores any kind of good advice, and says, "I'm going to do my own thing." Fucks everything up in the process, and essentially achieves nothing but aside from like, what, the Hood's crew getting arrested, if I remember correctly. No, they just left. That's what it was. They just left. And then the Hood got his hood. She just took his hood. She took Parker's hood.
Yeah,
and
she's got the hood over the suit now.
Yeah, now he's got like a magic addiction. That's it. Like,
I mean, that's what I was asking though, was like, what if like, yeah, they literally commit to the bit and they actually did the crazy unthinkable and they made her do a heel turn and she becomes a villain. Like what I'm imagining, no season 2, she's going to be in the Doomsday movie. And what if she like just sides with Doctor Doom? Like, I think that would be awesome. Go
that
for
wouldn't
it.
be bad, primarily because Doom is also, a technomancer himself. That makes sense.
Right.
But you know, they're not going to do that.
No, they're not. They're not.
What
They got to
really-
make her.
what
They're going to
really-
make her the hero.
What Riri really needed in this show was just like that tremendously like humbling moment, right? Because like even her fucking conversation with Mephisto, she's like, "Oh, is that name supposed to mean something?" And he's like, "Bitch, this guy just forced you out of your suit and then made it disappear."
Yeah,
right.
bro,
You're essentially defenseless right now. Like, what do you mean?
Bro told you to jump and you said how high, like basically.
Like, what do you mean? And it's like the thing where she got her ass beat by like Zeke, that should have been that moment, right? She was literally begging for her life, and yet that didn't seem to, like, in the long run, like after the fact, she just kind of went right back to being, you know, dumbass big head old Riri who thinks she can just do whatever and get away with it, right? Like, that should have been the moment where she had a bit of a change of character or something. But like,
yeah, you'd think so. I think there was probably some extra stuff that they just cut because I don't know why.
Because this shit was in development hell, as we know, because like, you know, the strikes combined with the fact that it's, you know, it's just dog shit show in general. So probably a bunch of reshoots. You know, it's like, and I remember I thought I saw some article about like, hey, did you guys know that the gang from Ironheart's gonna be back? It's like, why the fuck would you ever bring these guys back?
Why?
No, right. Like, just tell me they died off screen. Like, I don't give a fuck about these people.
I'd be fine with that.
let's be real here, man. Like, just tell me they all get hit by a truck at the moment they left the pizzeria, right? And just
that was another thing.
The same truck that got flipped over that Slug was in, and just came back for revenge.
That was another missed opportunity. Was I thought when like they were gonna float the idea that Eric Andre was killed, I thought they were gonna set up like, oh, the team's gonna revolt and they're gonna join Riri. And she'll have like her own little like, you know, A team.
Little crew.
They'll go against the evil Hood who's doing dark magic. But no. And it was like the lamest like assassination attempt ever. You know, it went wrong. Like everything that could have gone wrong went wrong. You know, like you guys are
basically.
Though to be fair, the plot was on Riri's side to an fucking believable degree,
an unreal level.
Yeah,
we were joking about septum piercing girl, like she was useless, you know, with explosives.
Joker.
She's throwing explosives at this girl. She can't even. Yeah, it's pitiful.
It's like between the fact that the fucking Mahler twins, I mean the blood siblings, whatever the fuck they call them, between the fact that they've been dusting grown ass men the whole show, but they can't handle a 90-pound girl, right?
Barely.
Like
90.
between that and the fact that Riri managed to tank a grenade with a fucking like baking sheet. Right? Like, we're obviously this is like almost visible plot armor at this point in the show, right? Like, fuck it, hell. You're not even trying to make this believable at that point.
It's
like,
those Gordon Ramsay hex-clad pans that he's hawking everywhere. They're amazing.
it's a gross like pattern going on within the MCU that like the more times than often the female characters are always depicted as girl bossy. They can handle themselves, but in the process they end up making things worse. Like stepping outside of Ironheart, you look at the Marvels where what's her name, Danvers, Carol Danvers basically she ruined an entire planet's economy by destroying their AI system and caused a whole like a galactic war essentially with what's her name, Dara Ben, just going around gathering resources from other planets and destroying those other planets in the process. You started some shit you shouldn't have been involved in. Echo brought a fight with the Kingpin to her hometown just for people who shouldn't have been involved in the first fucking place. Then you have like She-Hulk. Oh god. She-Hulk was so bad. Like the whole thing was her opening her legs for any conventionally attractive dude who would just, they always played her, by the way, except for Daredevil. He had to do the walk of shame, so that was his embarrassment.
The fucking, like the nerve of her to get so upset about the fact, it's like, oh, they only want to fuck the She-Hulk. They don't want to fuck.
They want to pump and dump the green girl and not me. It's like, well,
yeah, it's like, well, I mean. You act like you're not going off of looks too. Like, what do you fucking mean here?
Yeah,
the whole sequence where you just.
There's that meme where they talk about how Kim Wexler from Better Call Saul was written by a man, and then She-Hulk written by a woman. You know, just like there's something going on. Also, the other problem with Marvel, this happened earlier in the comics too, and now it's happening in all the movies and shows, and not just with Marvel, but like we want more black men in our shows and movies, but they can't be like. They can't Wesley be actually good. Tough guy. They can't be like a tough guy. They have to either be like a nerd, bookworm, or they have to be like flamboyantly like effeminate and gay.
An actual black man.
Yeah, they have to be.
Hi, black people. Any black people in here? Hi, black people. Like, and he did that shit twice. He used that fucking line twice in the show, man. Like, what the fuck is it?
I actually didn't mind high black people. I actually liked that.
Listen. Stupenzo, you're talking to two black dudes right now. We mind it. That shit was dumb. That shit was fucking stupid.
I know it was dumb.
Yeah,
I know it was dumb.
Here's like the shit that bothers me too is that like you look at Sam Wilson in like Winter Soldier, Civil War, Infinity War, Endgame. Like he actually does some shit, and then once he becomes Falcon and the Winter Soldier, everything is they always hating on the black man, they always putting me down, this, that, and the other. It's like, bro, you don't get your civil rights ass back on the fucking back on the fucking wings and go get some shit done. What are you doing, dog? You're on Avengers money. You're on government money. Just go save somebody. What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, and it's weird that they did the exact same thing here with Riri, right? Where they're trying to kind of force the black struggle onto a character that it makes no fucking sense that they would be black struggling, right? It makes no sense. Like he's a member of the Avengers, right? The superhero team that saves the fucking Earth. How is this guy broke? This makes no fucking sense. What do you mean?
How's it all of a sudden like what? How many years is it? Falcon and Winter Soldier between Falcon and the Winter Soldier and Endgame? Like barely.
I don't fucking.
No, I think it had to be at least 5 years. No, that was the blip or the snap in general.
And the weird thing is, like in Falcon Winter Soldier, he's still doing like the Falcon stuff, the superhero shit. Like he's still doing missions for America and all that. But you're telling me they're just not paying him enough to like be set and solid and good?
It's so
and like in the next movie, fucking Brave New World, apparently he's got like a mansion or some shit. It's like, so are you broke or are you not? What the fuck is happening?
No,
what are we doing?
That's what he is. He is. But what bothers me even more is like it's like the fake propping up of marginalized people, like black people, women of color, and like other races and stuff like that, because Joaquin got his little comeuppance too or whatever. But then they're basically like embarrassing, or what's it, humiliating. There we go. It's the humiliation of the men, like Alexei, who Black Widow's father, Red Guardian. Like they basically not emasculated, but they embarrassed him throughout the entirety of Thunderbolts. They embarrassed U.S. Agent throughout the entirety of Thunderbolts, and then basically try to make him look like a villain in Falcon and the Winter Soldier. And then you look at You look at Zeke. And Zeke
Zeke,
was a dude.
you're under mind control, Zeke, but don't worry. I know exactly what to do. All I have to do is kick you in the nuts.
All I need to do is hit you in the balls because it's the only part of you that's probably not like, hardwired to any kind of like, electrical current. So it's going to act as a reset. And it's like, first off, that makes no fucking sense. Second, that's stupid. Why would you think to emasculate them? Just hit them in the nuts? Like, come on now. There's no other alternative. You don't have a fucking suit that can put out electrical charges or anything like that?
We must attack you directly in your manhood. We must.
Like, it's
no other
embarrassing.
That's what I'd do.
You're making a statement.
Well, that's understandable.
Oh, damn, watch
in
out,
a sense of self-defense. But, like, this girl was basically in a freezer that she pushed herself out of in the first place. And second, like, they're all it was just to embarrass the man, because everything he did, even when he was talking to his neighbor, and his neighbor had her fucking flowers or whatever. It was like, oh, I don't want my dog pooping in my flowers and messing them up, so I just let him poop on your lawn, and he does nothing about it. It's like,
what a bitch.
Exactly.
Yeah, and the funniest part about that is like, it's not like she would walk less distance going to like her neighbor's house to have her dog shit on their lawn, but she walks all the way across the street just to go to his house specifically. What the fuck is this? Oh,
and then he has his one little moment where he gets ready to like, tell her off and do the thing where he was about to like zap her to hell, but then here comes the hood to basically like take that bit of like, stand up for yourself away from him. It's fucking stupid. Yeah. Which is why when he went to prison was like his realest moment, and that's when he became my favorite character. When Riri showed up, was like, "Hey, what's going on?" And bro was just like, "You showed up like you didn't put me in here. You selfish, self-centered, fucking egotistical, manipulative bitch. You want nothing more than success for yourself and no one else. You only think of yourself. I don't want to talk to you." I was like, "Yo, Zeke is on some shit right now."
Yeah, but then they beat him into the dirt 5 times over for his crimes. So
again,
they did him like my boy, what's his name in Falcon and Winter Soldier, the white the dude who got the shield
John
for
Walker.
a bit. They John Walkered his ass like straight up.
Like it's so fucking embarrassing. Also, I'm not entirely sure you're aware of this one, baby. In Thunderbolts, there's a scene where Sentry or Bob, whatever his name was at the time, he kind of like reads John Walker's thoughts, and what leads him to his dark moment in his life was his wife yelling at him, or his ex-wife, I think, or wife yelling at him because he wasn't watching a baby that was half a foot away from him.
Yeah, in one of those little baby walker things.
In a
Watch
crib.
him for what?
She's like, keep an eye on the kid. You never watch the kid, blah, 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 blah. And he's just sitting right next to if I...
Yeah, he's like on his phone or something, but he's right next to the child.
Where my headphones are, the baby was closer. I shit you the fuck not. They just wrote that shit in and make him look like a deadbeat.
What?
Yeah, which is crazy because like they were
There's
building him
so
up
many
in
easier ways to make a man look like a deadbeat.
Yeah, he's not there. He looks at a phone when it's like his wife or something.
Or just let the baby roll off the couch.
Let the baby roll off the couch, right?
Etc. and so on. Yeah, it's
bro could have been upstairs playing video games and the baby's like climbing in a fucking oven or something like that. And I was like, all right, he is a piece of shit. But like, that's not what happened here. You actually made a good man look like. Are you called a good man a piece of shit, basically?
Yeah. They're trying too hard to like twist decent characters into fucking punching bags for the asshole characters. Right? It is a complete inversion of morality, is what they're dealing with.
Is it a possibility that scene was presented in a way that it is through his own mind's eye, where he kind of that's how he felt it was, as opposed to that's what reality was?
Possible.
Possible, but we never saw any indication that it wasn't what happened.
Anybody else who had their thoughts read, their dark moments read, it was essentially a 1-for-1. Like Yelena's whole thing was like she was the fastest out of the widows to to basically reassemble a firearm. Yeah. So what her punishment or her reward was, she got to watch everybody else get their hands beat while she just didn't get hers beat. So that was something that actually happened in her past.
Okay. Just curious.
Yeah.
It's fucking
No, you're
stupid.
good.
Is what it is.
It's a reasonable question. It makes sense because you wouldn't think it would be. You wouldn't think it'd be as fucking stupid as it is, but I mean,
Here we are.
This is
I didn't
Disney
see
Marvel
that's,
now.
That's the problem. I don't understand the stupidity. There's a reason that I had him come up and participate in the conversation. So
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's pretty much that's Ironheart, man. I'm just
that's
you know.
Ironheart. Ironheart makes me mad at the rest of Marvel, and that's precisely why it's the worst.
There you go, man. I just need Riri laid out like this just one time. That's all I need, and we're good. And all is forgiven if we can just get her smacked upside the head one time.
I need her to get the Thanos treatment that she got in Champions.
No, you know what? No, I need the Hulk treatment from Loki in the first Avengers film. That's what I need.
Oh hell no.
For Riri.
Look, I don't mind that. That just seems like a bit much, primarily because it's just brute force. It's not Thanos going, you don't belong here. You might want to go home.
I mean, I don't know how much like punishment you think like resurrecting somebody who died against their will is worth, but I mean, I feel like a Hulk smashing might be justified on this one.
I know when it comes to the person you're talking about.
Necromancy might justify a Hulk smashing. That's a title. That's a title.
When it comes to the person you're talking about, I really feel like I don't even know who you are moment. It'd be more impactful for her,
especially for someone who wants to be iconic. That'd be funny as hell. It's like I don't. For those that don't know, and I think it was Champions issue 11. Like she and the Champions show up. It was her, Kamala Khan, a couple other people, and they start basically quote unquote freeing the people of Thanos' planet who are okay with their lifestyle, right? And they're like, or rather, they're trying to end a war. They're trying to end a war between two sides. I'm thinking of like Latveria is different, but Thanos shows up and is just like, how bold of y'all to show up to my planet and think that this war is not something that's supposed to happen. Like, no, we're going to end this war and we're going to, take you in and stuff like that. And Thanos is like, oh, really? So then Riri charges him. He grabs her by the helmet and is like, and this is your reward. And just basically blasts her whole suit off and is like, get the fuck off my planet. Like, Riri fucked up so badly that she lost her suit. She got Sam Alexander's Nova helmet taken, and it was something else. I forgot. It was somebody got injured. But basically, Riri's actions got everybody fucked up. That's the kind of humbling she needs.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
You need to get slapped that fucking hard, not some cheap ass, Ezekiel shorted your suit out. Now you just got to drag it home in parts.
Well, she didn't even take it home. She just left the fucking thing in the street. Which, again, like... Because we talked about a little bit how the cops just seem to not want to fucking do anything in this show, and it's like I think the most egregious example is definitely the bit at the White Castle Burger, because when the fucking when the they them twins walk in there, like there's so many witnesses, there's people in that restaurant. It's like, hey, everybody get the fuck out, and then one just like slams a guy's head into a table and they all run away.
It's like, why?
And it's like, I'm sorry, like nobody got their phone out, like nobody called the police.
Nobody.
And then this fight goes on for the next like 15 minutes and shit, and it's like, yeah, I'm sorry, no first responders at all. Nobody's gonna show up and check out. Like there's grenades going off and shit. Like nobody's checking this out.
The even more baffling shit is, even if everybody did leave, nobody decided to take their phone out and record through the big ass fucking windows. Like nobody.
Some dumbass people would be doing that shit.
It's Chicago. All of them would have had their phones out. Let's be real.
Yeah,
it's another instance
absolutely.
where these shows are so silly, but it's like, why don't you just why are these movies so afraid to put these characters in like superhero outfits? Like, I feel like if two lesbians showed up wearing like wacky, like supervillain clothes, like it'd be cooler, honestly.
If they had them dressed up like the original Blood Brothers, which is who
why don't you have them wear their damn outfits?
Little leotards.
The Deadpool movies that's the Deadpool movie show that you can do the accurate costumes and people love it, just do it.
Absolutely.
Which is depressing, because like a lot of like movies, a lot of the Marvel movies now, and I think some DC as well, is like, you just got the villains in like casual clothes. You got all the heroes in like essentially biker outfits. Like
they keep showing their fucking face too. Their helmets keep coming off.
Like I shit you not. If I were writing one of these movies, if the character had a mask or a helmet, the mask or the helmet goes on and it stays on. I don't care if you're a fucking Pedro Pascal. It stays the fuck on. The bucket's on your head for a reason. You silly bitch. I'm paying you. Shut up and act.
I think the most egregious example to this day, still the most egregious one, is the fact they had Chief take his helmet off in the fucking Halo show.
In the
God
first
damn.
fucking episode, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, man.
I'm seeing stills from the new Fantastic Four where Johnny Storm is like in flame mode and his face is like normal, so he can talk to you.
That's
Shut
weird.
up.
Shut up.
Bro,
Like,
I
come
can't
on,
with that fucking movie, man. The fact that like Ben Grimm sounds just like a normal ass dude, right?
Yeah, he should have a gravelly voice.
I need a gravelly voice. I need this.
The design's perfect.
I want him to sound like the guy who voices them in Rivals,
Yeah.
Yancey Street, all that shit.
I mean,
right?
the
Like, I
way
want
he
him to sound
looks
like
is
that.
like-
Jackson, all of that stuff. Like, I need to have
He has
smoke like
the,
17 Marlboros in the last second. I need that voice. Bring that in.
Yeah, he's got the Jack Kirby eyebrows. He's got, I like how he's wearing the
Yes.
He
clothes,
looks really
you
good.
know?
He looks
Yeah,
good.
that's what
but
I was
like,
saying.
he
He
talks
talks-
the voice.
he
It's
looks
so
good.
fucked.
All they have to do is just put a little bass on his voice and give him a
Put a
little like
gravel in there.
distortion.
Give the artist some rocks to swallow and just do it. But
And this is why I like the original like Marvel movies, like the Raimi movies, and
he looks too small. Yeah, well,
I like the this is why I like the original, like the mid-aught movies. Like those are great. Spider-Man, Daredevil, I don't care what anybody has to say. I thought it was good. Ghost Rider, all of those movies. Those movies are fantastic. The X-Men movies. Now it's just like everything has to be like, as grounded as possible. And it's like, no, these are fucking superheroes. Let them be superheroes. What are you doing?
Yeah, dude, like I said, Deadpool, Wolverine puts his mask on, and his mask doesn't even make sense. It just like appears out of nowhere behind his head, and everyone's on board. And then like
And
20 minutes later, he's still wearing the mask, and you're like, hell yeah, dude. This is
Yeah,
I'm sure there'll be a caveat for a lot of people are like, well, what about like, Tobey Maguire's you always see his face, and it's like, well, that was the point. He was trying to keep his identity hidden, and his mask could either get blown off or get snatched off by Harry or something like that. He tried to keep the mask on. At least
he's
it's
not
written in the
taking it
story.
off every time he talks to somebody.
Exactly.
yeah. When he's
And that's
doing the
another problem
Spider-Man
with the
shit, the
Marvels.
mask is on. So
That's another problem with the MCU shit is the invention of the nanotech armor, which is like now we can take our now our helmets can come off easier and we can show our faces
we can
much
think them
simpler.
off.
it's
Wild
actors.
shit.
Actors are so vain.
Indeed.
know?
But I think that's all I got. Yeah,
If I
I
were
don't know
an
about you
actor,
guys.
they told me to put
The
a helmet on.
producers-
I'll be like, I'll sweat. It's fine.
The producers are also the ones that are saying a lot of shit because, like, we can't understand what they're feeling unless we see their face.
What the
I
fuck?
gotcha.
Has nobody watched
Yeah.
Kamen Rider or Power Rangers? Like, what are we doing here?
Bro, I always remember that one fucking Kamen Rider clip of the him washing the clothes and then looking at
Him
the fucking
washing
washing
the clothes,
machine.
That shit was absolutely it was absolute gold.
Yeah,
Like, bro,
man, you
looks,
felt
he's
that.
sitting there washing the clothes by hand, and he looks up and happens to catch a glance of a washing machine. He stares at it for a good long while, and then the next scene is him washing the clothes in the washing machine, proud as hell. It's like I felt all of the emotion throughout that whole clip. What do you mean you need to take the helmet off? What are we doing?
I mean, emotion is part of what the music's for. It's part of body language. You don't have to be able to see someone's face to know what they're feeling,
Right.
especially not in a movie. Lighting,
and-
music, the entire set, that conveys emotion just as much as anything else.
Yeah, and if
Well,
you
that
really
was so
feel like you
cool.
need to do something, you could just do the Deadpool thing where like his eyes can kind of adjust a little
Right,
bit. You know,
yeah.
so you see
I was about to
CGI's
say
eyes a little.
Spider-Man in the Civil War movie with his eyes being able to like finally like do the
yeah,
thing they
actually
could do in the
move.
comic
Stark
books.
suit.
Yeah, and I hated the Stark suit, and I hated how like Peter Parker was like basically a little Tony Stark protege. Because that's another
Yeah, I
thing.
didn't like it
Because like,
either.
we're always making Riri Williams the smartest ever, but we always keep downplaying how smart Peter Parker is. He's technically like the second or third smartest person in the MCU, and yet in all the movies he's just portrayed as like, yeah, he's pretty
A kid who
smart.
knows some stuff. It's like,
Yeah, no, he's a
just like-
fucking genius.
Yeah, because
like-
we keep
like-
doing like high schooler Parker and not young adult
it's so
like
tiresome.
early
Like-
20s Parker.
Right? Can we have an in college struggling with his relationship with MJ Parker, please?
Well, no, because
You mean go back to Tobey Maguire?
Oh, no,
at the end of No Way Home, like it's
Yeah.
like that also confuses me because I saw the rumor tweet, and I really hope it's just a rumor. But the fact that apparently Zendaya and what's his face are going to be back is Peter's friends. It's like,
Oh, no,
what the
yeah,
fuck was the
Zendaya
point
and
of
the Asian kid?
the fuck was the point of No Way Home then? Like the
I don't
whole
know.
end. What was the point of the ending of that movie if we're just going to bring these two back?
It's one of the things, and I was talking about this with Amarada not too long ago. Disney cannot commit. It's the same thing they did with Lilo and Stitch for those that have seen it, where Nani fucks off to California to go study marine biology, despite the fact that
You can study marine biology in Hawaii.
Hawaii has one of the best marine biology institutes in the whole country. She goes to California, fucks off or whatever, and then in the mid-credit scene or whatever, she's like talking with Lilo over like a fucking webcam, and she's like, hold on, and then like steps off camera and just steps through a fucking portal, and now she's in Hawaii again. It's like, so you wasted everybody's fucking time. Okay, cool.
Essentially.
And then the same thing in the Thunderbolts, where like everybody's going through their depressions and their traumas and struggles and shit like that. Bob has it the worst, turns into the void, and all is forgiven when he gets hugged by everybody, and like he just like reverts back to Bob.
Friendship.
He reverts back to Bob, and it's like he doesn't remember anything. It's like, so you just wasted the whole fucking movie. You did worse than Lilo and Stitch. Good job.
Yeah, it's a lot of like they want to have their cake and eat it too.
Yeah, without consequence. You got
it just makes everything
without
unsatisfying.
consequence, because Amarado say, what's wrong with having your cake and eating it? That's like a thing that can happen. You got to have your cake and eat it.
What's the point of having cake if you don't eat it?
Yeah, you can't have your cake and eat it without consequence.
There's a joke here that I'm not going to make, Rada. You're my friend. I'm not going to make this joke. I'm just going to let it sit.
If you were her friend, you'd make the joke.
You would, because you know that I can't respect somebody who won't make the joke.
They're saying,
Fine. R/fatgirlquotes.
movie.
All right. Is that?
They're saying in this Doomsday movie, characters are gonna die. And
Fuck you, Rod. I put it in the possible titles for this episode. R/fatgirlquotes. Let's go.
R/fatgirlquotes is kind of diabolical.
You both asked. All right. I was gonna chill, but you were both like, nah, fuck it. Let it rip.
I respect you more now, man. So that's all that matters.
Look, if you pulling punches, I can't be real with you. That's all it is.
All right. You know what? Fair enough.
You know I wouldn't pull it for you, so why the fuck are you pulling for me? You know better.
No.
Listen, there's a stigma around making fun of fat girls. All right, like
So?
you know this. Like even like I'm
There's a stigma around making fun of black men. I still do it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but I'm a black dude, so it's like I'd kind of, it feels a little less fucked up. I don't know. It's, I don't know, man.
All right.
Is it like you? Listen. We as men, we were raised to use our kid gloves with women, just in general. So it kind of goes along with that, right? I don't.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sorry.
Well, I'm
it
older
comes naturally.
and fatter than you, so I'm pretty sure you're safe.
And shorter, probably.
All right.
Maybe about the same height.
You're 5'9"?
No, just about 2 inches shorter.
Okay.
So
Okay.
not that far.
Fair enough.
There you go.
You're the first black man to place himself beneath the fat woman. Well, that's Sheep's thing. That's not me. That's Sheep's thing. All right.
What's the problem?
Bear says,
no
Alex, you
problem.
wouldn't be the first black man to put himself beneath a fat white woman.
Ain't no problem. I don't see a. What's wrong? There's no problem there. What are we doing?
Hey, I'm not as fat.
Works for Sheep. Hey, she's been losing weight, which I mean, I've been congratulating you every time. So making good progress. Love to see it.
There's less of me now than there was last week.
Yeah, just don't lose too much, because I don't know like how much like of Sheep's genetic makeup is like Jamaican, right? But you might want to keep some of the.
Nah, I was blessed in body shape in that I will always have some ass, so I'm
Okay.
safe.
Holler.
All right. This fucking guy.
Nonetheless,
All right, I think that's kind of a wrap for the Ironheart conversation. So
I'm gonna get up out of here. I came up here to talk my shit about the worst show in MCU history.
He couldn't help himself.
Fair enough. Oh, yeah, love Sheep. Got to hang out again soon. We got to play more fucking Fortnite. But yeah, I mean, I'm kind of with you though, Enzo. Where it's like, I also don't agree it's the worst show ever. It's a really fucking bad one. I think She-Hulk might still be worse on my list. I think that show might still be a little
I didn't
bit
even
worse.
see everything but Marvel's made, and I'm like, I've seen worse, but I heard She-Hulk was terrible. I heard
yeah, real bad.
what
Real
else
bad.
was really terrible? There were some
Echo?
other really bad ones. Echo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking.
Like I said, I saw
actually did
Agatha.
watch. Yeah, Agatha. I was about to say that
Yeah,
one. But you actually did see that
bad.
one.
That didn't even feel like a Marvel show, That felt
Felt-
like something unholy.
Some other weird shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway. So yeah, so I mean, that's pretty much. Oh wait, no, there was one other thing I want to talk about. So I've been playing some demos, right? Because you know, as your boy does, trying out some stuff that might be cool. And one of the demos I played was one that my VTuber artist Piero suggested to me, and it's called Dead as Disco. Have you guys seen this shit?
I've heard of it.
No.
Okay, so Dead as Disco is actually pretty fucking sick because it is Batman Arkham Combat combined with a rhythm game. You just gotta check this shit out.
Okay.
I'm just gonna run this real quick for you. And the soundtrack's pretty good. Like the current like original music is pretty solid.
Interesting.
Cool.
Oh yeah, game's good. Got great visuals.
I'm on a brand new mission. Me and my boys way up right now. This time we made a difference. We took 2 steps into 2 deaths. You know the difference. Listen, hey, Killer Boys running the set. Say it again. This was
Oh, that's good shit. That's solid. Yeah, it's a game where you just kick everyone's asses to a beat. But it's such a simple concept, but it works so nicely, bro.
Well, I mean, it's just like those Dance Dance Revolution games, except, yeah, you're not dancing.
Like I said, Batman Arkham shit.
I'm gonna make you wish you stayed dead.
Yeah, and it looks like they're gonna have like some crazy ass boss designs later on in the full release. The demo is really just like a combo practice zone. But the other thing, aside from the fact that the game itself is just a lot of fun to play, and the music is pretty good, is the fact that they included the ability to upload your own tracks and then play the game to your music. Whatever the fuck you want to rock out with. And I tried this with a good handful of different songs, and not all of them work quite right, but the ones that do, oh, it's beautiful. It's so perfect, right? And it lets you like personally adjust the BPM to the song. Like it'll kind of like try to like AI auto like attune to whatever BPM the song is. But if you feel like it doesn't sound quite right, you can freely adjust it to your own settings if you want to what you think it should be, the BPM it should be at. But yeah, I fucked around with that with some songs I like, and yeah, some of them really work. And oh, it's so cool. It's so fucking sick. This game is going to be Poison, of course, for like trying to stream it, like copyright fucking poison. But but aside from that, like the game's a hell of a lot of fun, just play in your own spare time for sure. So this is one I highly recommend looking into. Soundtrack is pretty awesome. Yeah, it's solid. It's so. But yeah, that's about all I've been up to this week.
I saw Billy Idol. What else is on the soundtrack?
I don't know. You probably have to look it up. I don't know if that's like listed in the trailer here.
Well, is it on?
I was playing it on Steam, so you can do this on PC. I wouldn't be surprised if it got like a console release at some point. But yeah, that's a demo you can try right now on Steam, and I recommend checking it out. At least giving it a shot, see how you feel about it. Yeah, good shit. Solid fucking game, and I'm definitely gonna be buying this whenever it like has its full release, because this is a fun time. And I think it's gonna be great once they go to the full
Coming
length.
soon. I'm just looking to see if it lists what music might be in it.
Oh, gotcha. I mean, maybe have like a website or like a wiki page or something.
Not there.
Oh, do you imagine the gameplay on Kanye's latest song? Oh no, I didn't even think to try that.
I didn't want to ask it, but dude, I'm serious. As soon as the game trailer started, I thought, is Kanye's new song on it? But I didn't say it. But
oh my god, yeah, that would you could upload it if you really want to.
The fact that you're telling me you could do it is amazing.
Yeah. I mean, there seems to be no restriction at all. Like as soon as you go into the menu to like upload a song, it just opens up your fucking files on your PC and just drop in whatever you fucking want, right? Just whatever you got with you.
You can put in like a George Carlin stand-up comedy special, and just like fight to that.
Whatever audio, right? I mean, obviously you kind of want like a consistent beat for this sort of game, but yeah, I mean, if that's what you want to, if you want to try that, go by all means, go for it.
Fun.
Now, unfortunately, I do not see.
Like
I do not see anything that says what songs in it.
No. Again, you can always just check it out for yourself. It's a free download, so nothing lost. But yeah, that's pretty much my week, I'd say. We could probably finally get into the news now, 2 hours in. Fucking hell, that fucking that Marvel conversation went on for a while. But
Nice.
yeah, it's an ongoing conversation, plenty to talk about. So why don't we start here with the Chuck E. Cheese? You know, this is the thumbnail right here. So apparently Chuck E. Cheese is going to open new arcades for adults. Now, me personally, when I first saw this, I'm just like, so Dave and Buster's then, right? Like it kind of sounds like they're trying to do a Dave and Buster's, right? Like, is that not what Dave and Buster's is? Just adult arcade?
Basically,
I mean, it's
Yeah, I
kind
was
of
thinking, because I was thinking like Peter Piper Pizza was what we had growing up in El Paso, and it's like Chuck E. Cheese except there's no mascots and the parents can get like pitchers of beer.
Yeah. Well, that's essentially what
and-
Dave and Buster's is, where like they have an arcade
Yeah.
and your kids can hang out in there, but there's also a bar where you
remember
can get drinks, and it's
Chuck
also
E.
kind of like
Cheese
a
was
restaurant
lame.
too. So
Yeah, Chuck E. Cheese was lame because they didn't have like, you know, the Mortal Kombats and those kind of cooler games, you know?
yeah,
They try to keep it more family friendly with the arcades, whereas Peter
Mhm.
Piper was like, nah, bloodiest, craziest games you could think of were all there.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I think it's more like the kids aren't into this stuff, and it's like you're just trying to tailor the market to these aged out. Like we had Chuck E. Cheese as kids, so like just market to the same people 20 years later.
Say, hey folks, you guys remember Time Crisis? We have some
I was
cabinets for
thinking-
Time Crisis if you want to play some.
all that into Chuck E. Cheese.
You guys
as a
remember
kid
Area
even.
51?
I mean, I'd
Oh,
kill
sorry.
for some good skee ball.
Yeah. Or that fucking the fucking Jurassic Park game where it's like a whole like booth that you sit in, right? Okay, you know what? Some of
Yeah,
these fucking
I
old
remember that
arcade
game.
cabinets
Park?
were
What?
sick, actually. Yeah, yeah, it's like a Jurassic Park game where it's like an entire like the cabinet is a whole compartment where you go and sit in there like on a little bench.
I remember.
And then
I guess
like
the last time I was in one of those, it was when it was still a race car, and it was
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
one game.
Yeah.
Oh shit, I know what you're talking
Shooting
about.
at Brachiosaurus and stuff. I remember the
Yeah.
arcade Star Wars trilogy game was badass.
Oh yeah. Oh, the Terminator one. You remember the Terminator one? It was essentially the
Yeah.
Jurassic Park one, but Terminator, but like still sick. Right?
Revolution X with the
Mhm,
Aerosmith for some reason.
Yeah.
I remember
absolutely.
but the thing is, I remember like here's the thing. I went to a Dave and Buster's recently. I hate them. I've never liked them, and here's why. Like first of all, I take my mother to the mall to go for Mother's Day, a couple Mother's Day back to go get a facial or whatever the hell she's doing. Go to the mall, the beauty place, whatever. And I'm like, okay, well, it's a Dave and Buster's. I'll go check that out while she's doing that. You got to put like some money on like a plastic card, and I'm like, okay. And I only had cash, so I put it on a card, and I'm like, yeah, this is $20-$30, whatever it is. And then I go in, and the first thing I want to do is like, they got a virtual reality game. And I'm like, that's cool. It's like, we only take cash. And I'm like, what the hell, dude? I just put all my cash on the card. You son
it's
of
like
a bitch.
it's like what the fuck?
And then you play the games, and like you're being charged like these odd increments. So you always have like cash
a little
left
bit
over.
left. Mhm.
It's like you
It's
son of a
micro
bitches, dude.
it's microtransaction shit like that on
Right.
like the console games these days, but in an arcade. Yeah, I think the arcade is kind of where that stuff kind of got its start a little bit almost.
Yeah, man.
right?
The old days, you put in 50 cents and you play it until you die. There is no time limit. There is no come on, dude. Like, it's annoying.
It's a little fucked, yeah. But Bear,
Here's what we-
Bear's a great point in the comments though. He says, "Look, I know they're aiming at a limited audience, but the idea of having access to all of that sort of stuff with no risk of running into kids sounds like a fun time in a decent date location." And like to be
Sure.
fair, that does sound pretty good. Like just being able to enjoy some old school arcade cabinets with no kids
Here's how you
screaming
do
and
it,
running around
though.
and shit. Like that does sound pretty good.
One time when I was in like 1999, I was like 15 or 16, and we went to Florida
would've been
doing the
7.
theme park.
No,
Yeah,
wait,
doing like the
6.
theme park run. We're doing like the Universal Studios, Disney World, and there was we had an option to do one thing twice, and we chose Disney Quest, which was this fucking like 3-story arcade. And the way you should do it at Chuck E. Cheese, if you really want to do it, is don't do the quarters, don't do the Dave & Buster's. You pay $20-$30 flat rate to get in, and all the arcades except for the ones that give you tickets and prizes.
Yeah.
All the games are just like push button, because they're all older games, whatever, who cares? Like that would be awesome. People just don't really care for this, this casino style Like you got to get the little Chuck E. Cheese tokens that you can't spend anywhere else and stuff. And
Yeah,
it's just
yeah.
annoying, dude.
It does suck for sure. But wait.
I mean, I wouldn't mind if they stayed with
How old are you
quarters.
again, Stupenzo?
Huh?
How old are you again?
I'm 39. I'll be 40 in October. Jesus.
Rada.
I'm still
Rada,
the
he's
oldest, I know.
He's actually closer to your age than mine this time, though. That's crazy.
That's true.
Yeah.
Very- Yeah.
Yeah, Rada's still the oldest. She's old as shit. But
This is true.
But,
I am ancient. I am
abyssal creature.
forever.
Also, can I just say how bold it is
Hmm.
for Chuck E. Cheese to have a fucking rat as their mascot? At a place that serves food. I get it, like
they were
rats.
playing off of the mouse, so
Yeah, like Mickey Mouse
rats,
shit, right?
Rats
Yeah.
and mice, they like cheese. I get it. Surely there's another animal we can think of that likes cheese.
Well,
That
maybe
could be the
maybe a
mascot of
bear.
a restaurant.
How about a bear? Right? We could go with a bear.
Sure.
I think
know,
a bear was already out
call
there, so
him-
they couldn't really.
You'd call him
Yeah,
like
is that
Danny
Good
Don
time.
Bear or some shit. You know,
Yeah,
something
what
like
is it? Good Time Pizza or whatever the hell it's called.
Yeah, I think something like that. Hold on, let me.
Banjo. Have him play a banjo.
Bear mascot.
Nah. We can't name him Freddy. That'd never work. That'd never work, Angel. Come on.
Freddy?
let's be real
No,
here.
that probably wouldn't work.
No,
Um,
absolutely not.
And,
But let's see if there's any additional details here. I'm getting a little curious. It's pretty sure, like it's a sizable article. Let's see here. So Chuck E. Cheese announced plans to
Oh, here
open
we go.
multiple arcades for
Billy Bob.
adults. Billy Bob.
from Showbiz Pizza.
Showbiz.
You know
there
what?
you go.
Yeah.
Why not? Why not? Okay.
Dick
Let
the
me get-
birthday boy.
Freddy the Fast Bear.
All right. Let's see. New stores called Chuck's Arcade, which will celebrate the company's history. Chuck's Arcade plans to appeal to the nostalgia of millennials and Gen X, which, yeah, essentially that's what we were just talking about,
Yeah.
including historical displays, but also bringing back the old animatronics to supervise the new locations. The old animatronics, huh?
Here's the catch. There are no human employees.
Oh,
It's all
God.
like animatronics and fucking bots.
Bro, oh my god.
You got like one kid working there who's like the bot repairman, you know?
Yeah,
and
the
that's it.
robot wrangler, yeah.
Oh my god.
Holy shit. That'd be kind of amazing, actually.
I would love to see that. We're
Many
going to the
Chuck E.
robot
Cheese-
pizza place.
Many Chuck E. Cheese locations pivoted to digital displays instead of the old school robot band. Oh, really? Huh. I mean, I guess I wouldn't know because I haven't been to Chuck E.
lame.
Cheese in
Yeah,
like
just
20.
show a little
I haven't been there in
TV.
like 20
Yeah.
fucking years, right?
Long
So
ass time.
No,
I-
you're not
I-
allowed to go unless you have a kid with you, you know, which is a good idea.
I can
Yeah,
imagine,
yeah.
though, that it might have had something to do with the fact that those animatronics were kind of creepy as fuck. So maybe they were scaring the kids to some
Oh, they
extent.
really were.
As maybe they're trying to.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I was kind of a little, like, I mean, obviously wasn't like crying or anything, but I was a little like put off by looking at the animatronics.
But-
They were fucking weird.
See, back in
They
my
really-
day, that's part of the appeal. It's like, yeah,
I
the kids
get-
would
no,
get
yeah,
scared by the
but-
robots. Now it's like
It's
everything's
like-
got to be censored. We can't have the kids cry or have a bad time at all. They can't,
It's-
face the fears of the giant robot mouse.
It's like when you're like a fucking like an 8-year-old and your mom hires like a 40-year-old clown who is like way too excited to come and like perform at your birthday party, right? Like
Yeah.
you know that shit's a little bit off, but you're like, I guess, sure, he made a cool balloon animal or whatever, right? Depending on the quality of clown, right? You know, some fucking awful ones back in the day, but anywho. The new locations will have classic games like Donkey Kong, skee ball. Okay, yep, down with some skee ball. Do we have air hockey? Air hockey's got to be in there, or else
Air
the place
hockey,
fucking
obviously.
sucks.
It's,
I mean,
yeah, it's
the
gonna be-
table's right there in the image.
Yeah.
It's right there in the picture.
That's
Here's
So
another
it's-
thing.
basketball game.
What if
That's the
What if it's
basketball
an
game.
adult? It's an adult Chuck E. Cheese arcade, Chuck's Arcade. What if like you get like uncensored Chuck E. Cheese? Like he's kind of like more on his time off. He's like smoking cigars again and cursing and drinking.
man.
You know?
Oh my god, I'd love that.
I thought you were about to go the other way with it, where it's like, yeah, the female character bots are like weirdly curvy and like they're wearing like little like
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
Hooters outfits or some shit, right?
There's like a couple
like-
slutty robots. Yeah.
Somebody,
Slutty dog
somebody's gonna
robot
try
or whatever the hell.
Somebody's gonna try and fuck the robots. We can't do it. We can't trust the adults
And
who
they're
would go
gonna
to
do that
to
anyway,
adult
let's
Chuck E.
face
Cheese.
it.
That's what the one human employee is for, to make sure people don't try to like, fuck with the robots.
we need
I was killed the day after he
dick proof
took him.
robots for these fucking newer. I mean,
Yeah, because I mean, I've been to a
Dick-proof
couple
robots is
barcades.
gonna be a title.
Are you
I've
even
been-
aware of the type of things people have tried to put their dicks into?
No, I get it. I do get it. You guys are probably right, which is why I'm saying we need dick-proof robots, right? We no openings.
I heard some
at
guys
any
trying to
point
put
on
their
the
dicks
robot.
in butts.
Right?
No, but honestly, like I've been to a few barcades, you know, adult bars with like a lot of cool arcade games, and I've always thought, you know, what this place needs? Some Chuck E. Cheese style animatronic robot attractions that are cursing and swearing and singing, you know, "Fuck You" by CeeLo Green or whatever, you
Yeah.
know, by Chuck E. Cheese like singing songs like that would be amazing.
All the bots running Chat GPT, says Bear, you are going to get someone killed. The fuck are you doing?
So you remember how I was talking $20 for the cover and it's push play games? If the entertainment, if the robot band is good enough, you could charge $50 a head. $50 just to get in. And yeah, pizza and stuff, but like all the arcades are free and the robot mice are gonna put on a fucking badass show. Like it's worth the price of admission alone.
I feel like they're like in real terms, I feel like they're gonna have to be chill on like how much they're charging for whatever this is gonna be, because like arcades have already kind of been on the way out, so I feel like this is gonna be a bit of a hard sell for like the modern day crowds, even of the adults who like have nostalgia for this shit. I feel like it's still gonna be a bit of a hard sell to get them in there. In the door.
Yeah, because like you said, Steam. You know, everyone just why do I need to go to an arcade? I can literally download any. I can play any like.
It's for
not
the
just you
atmosphere.
know this. Yeah, of course. Being in an arcade though, I don't know, arcades, man. Like unless they got like here's how you also get people. You have some virtual reality games that cost money. You've got maybe like a laser tag thing that costs money. You've got maybe you know, like any game that gives you tickets and you get prizes. They all cost money. Like things like that. Those are little ways to you know, not only you know, make it worth the price of admission, but you know. It's how you get it's how you kind of get your bang for your buck, maybe.
Fucking Angel in the chat just maybe have the most awful idea where it's like maybe they got signs up all around the restaurant and it's like, warning, improper use of the robots will result in degloving. And I'm like, oh, oh god.
Oh, god.
I like
just
it.
literally
I approve. Let's do
pay
it.
extra to have sex with the robots. You have one specific sex bot robot. Yeah, it's a good idea, Mr. Bear.
Okay.
You have the petting zoo and then the heavy petting zoo.
Oh no.
Ew.
Okay.
Heavy pettings.
Okay, etc. As well as newer and more adult titles like arcade versions of Halo. What the fuck is an arcade version of Halo? Why would you want to play our fucking Halo on an arcade cabinet? Unless it's got like controllers built in, but some locations will even have beer and wine on offer. Like, I'm sorry, some locations will have beer and wine?
They
Why
all
would
better
they
have
not,
booze.
Yeah, it's like, why would they not all have it? They're fucking adult Chuck E.
that's the one
Cheese, right?
thing.
Was that not
Some-
the whole
I
point?
think it matters not if they can get a liquor license in the location.
Oh, okay. That makes
Yeah, there are
sense.
dry counties. I live in a dry county, which is crazy, but it's not that big of an inconvenience. And actually, it's awesome because there's a lot of the bars out there are bring your own liquor, BYOL.
Mhm.
So I can just show up with like as much liquor as I want, but I have to pay for beer and ice and stuff. It's like, this is stupid. Like, how are you guys making money?
I don't know about
Selling you ice and shit. That's how.
People buy
see.
beer. People like their beer, you know.
as
But yeah, as
As-
far as like, you know, like I've heard that some Chuck E. Cheese's did or do allow beer. They sell beer, but
Really?
like they don't have like fucking Manhattans and martinis and margaritas.
Right, yeah.
Like that's
It's
what
not
we're
gonna be a
talking.
full
You
bar.
know?
Right? You're not getting a
That's-
mixologist at a fucking normal Chuck E. Cheese for kids. Right?
Although a Chuck E. Cheese mixologist is amazing. The idea that we're gonna start seeing that, you know,
that can
I'm a
be a title
bartender.
to-
I'm a bartender at
Chuck E-
Chuck E. Cheese.
I'm the Chuck E. Cheese mixologist. Doesn't matter.
Oh my god. Cheese themed cocktails.
Oh god,
Mm.
that sounds so fucked.
I know, just like a piece of Gouda on a toothpick
Ugh.
instead of like an
Ugh.
olive in the martini. You know,
Jesus Christ.
it's a bar run by a rat. You know, what do you expect?
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, where did I leave off? Arcades have remained relatively popular in Japan. That is true. I've heard that. Relying on unique experiences like rhythm games to entertain guests. Meanwhile, claw machines keep players coming by regularly, cycling in new prizes like anime figurines and exclusive plushies. Now, I get the arcade by where I live at the mall. The Round One, I think they call it. That's also like an arcade chain. They do that. They have those fucking machines. My three friends of mine love to go in there and just like clean the place out. There was one time we went in there, these fuckers managed to get like 20 different prizes from those fucking claw machines. I'm like, guys, what the fuck? How are you doing this?
Yeah, once you get good at a claw machine, it's like riding a bike, you know. There's been times like I'm pretty good at claw machines, but sometimes like it's like a certain like a gambling table, like a blackjack table. You just get a vibe. Like sometimes you just take a look at the prizes and where they are, and you'll be like, no.
Some of those are pretty sick these days. Like they have like full on like Good Smile level like anime figurines in those machines. Sometimes like somebody got me a fucking like Super Saiyan Vegeta figurine from one of those claw machines because it was my birthday when we went. So they won me a fucking Super Saiyan Vegeta figurine, still sitting up on my shelf up there right now. Right. So
a lot of claw machines are bullshit though, where like they're trained to like not close all the way, or like another thing they'll do is like when they hit the spot, they like hit it hard and jerk. You know, when they come to a stop. So like you'll
the rat
like,
hatting
things will fall out early. Dude, yeah, the rat hatting. I know. I love it.
Oh fuck. Okay. Gone are the days of getting a super cheap carnival plush for all your hard work. In a press release, Chuck E. Cheese explained this vision for the new location, saying, "The arcade was created for adults and lifelong fans who grew up surrounded by the electric glow of arcade screens, the symphony of digital soundtracks, and the thrill of chasing high scores with friends long into the night. Chuck's Arcade is a modern-day love letter to the games of people who made Chuck E. Cheese great. Chuck's Arcade locations are now open in major malls across the country, including in St. Petersburg, Florida, Trumbull, Connecticut, Oklahoma City, and Tulsa, Oklahoma, Victor, New York, Buford, Georgia, El Paso, Texas, Nashua and Salem, New Hampshire, and St. Louis, with more locations on the horizon. I'm surprised there wasn't one in California already."
Yeah, like my I'm from El Paso. My little brother still lives there, so.
If there's no Chuck's Arcade in your area, Japanese company Round One has expanded operations inside the U.S. over recent years. Okay, yeah, so that's probably why, because we already have a Round One at our mall. Like the one, our local mall has a Round One already, so Chuck's probably can't move in on their territory, right? It's gonna be like fucking internet providers where they got like little fiefdoms carved out for fucking adult arcades and shit.
Oh boy.
Shit.
The fucking adult arcade wars, bro. It's coming.
It's funny.
Oh man. Streaming had me on. Oh god damn it! Somebody kickbot.
I'm reading these podcast title ideas.
Oh, the bot pop up again.
Yeah, what we do is we come up with like anything that like comes up throughout the show that we think would make a good title. We just write it down and then we let the chat vote on it at the end of the show what they want the title to be for the episode.
Awesome.
So, yeah, it's just the systems work pretty well up to this point, pretty solid. But anywho, I think we can move on to the next thing. This I was actually like mildly excited about because I actually really loved this show. CB exclusive. Jorge. It's Jorge, right? How's he pronounce that? It's not just Jorg. It's Jorge.
It's not George. It's Jorge.
Yeah, Jorge R. Gutierrez is in talks with Nickelodeon about bringing El Tigre back. Something unexpected, and yes, something that could absolutely lead to a movie. El Tigre has a habit of showing up where you least expect him, and when he does, he's gonna roar. This I swear, of course. So yeah, I'm super down, man, because El Tigre was a great fucking show. I would love to see that show come back. I don't know if either of you watched it, but like, yeah, I used to watch this shit all the time as a kid.
I've literally never heard of this.
Oh man, no, yeah, El Tigre was like this superhero show that was like extremely fucking Mexican, right? Like the whole thing is like everything is very Mexican themed.
I can tell.
Let me find the fucking intro. Let me find the intro real quick.
You know, I grew up in El Paso. Like I said, I go to Mexico all the time, and I guess I was just a little older, you know.
Yeah, and the theme song actually went pretty hard too.
This animation style, or is
yeah,
it's crazy. It looks like not in a bad way, but it looks like how you'd see like cereal commercials animated. But I've never seen like a whole show animated in that style. Like it's very flashy. Like
yeah, and it's like did either of you watch? I think it was called The Book of Life, right? Animated movie.
Doesn't sound familiar.
No, none of you saw that one. Ah, fuck. Because that's the same guy who did like the animation for that as well. And it was a pretty good movie, honestly. I very much appreciated it. But yeah, man, like the show was really good. Had a great sense of humor. The animation was a lot of fun. The characters were very likable. I mean, it was just everything about it was pretty fucking solid. So I would love to see a show like this come back. Of course, I'm worried, obviously, because every time we get a reboot of something, it fucking sucks. So I kind of hope at the very least, like if they do bring El Tigre back, it manages to, still be what it was especially like animation wise and humor wise, right?
How long has it
fucking
been gone?
These goddamn bots. I don't remember when it came out. I think it might have been in like somewhere in the 2010s. Let me see. Let me look this up real quick.
So it's probably been about 10 years or something since it's been gone.
Let's see. What was the first air date?
Bear's saying apparently you never made him a mod.
Oh, I didn't? I thought I did. What the fuck? Well, I'll do that in just a second. But apparently,
2007.
yeah, 2007
And
is when the show
2008
first aired.
was the last episode. So yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah,
Like
it's been quite some time.
years.
Something. I can't even like. All right, it feels like it hasn't been that long since the show aired, but I guess it has, man. Fuck, I'm aging so fast.
Welcome to my life, you know. Welcome to
Oh, I
everyone's
hate it.
world.
Oh, I hate it. Okay, but let me deal with.
Once
Bear's
you start
thing
hitting
real
that age, we're like, oh, that was 20 years ago, wasn't it?
They start coming out of the
Fuck me.
woodwork, and then 30 years ago. Oh,
Yeah,
fuck!
yeah,
You're
yeah.
kidding me, right? No way, that was 30 years ago.
quick.
It was just yesterday. You're joking.
Wait, fuck. What was Bear's name?
Boop-a-doo.
Mr.
No,
Okay,
not
got it.
Boo, boo, boo.
Sorry, hang on. Let me just do this real quick and
Always.
I'll get the next story up because it seems like I'm kind of the only one who has anything to say about this. I'm excited though. I'm hopeful. I'm also a little scared. I'm hoping it doesn't suck.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
There he is. Add as moderator. Okay, cool. Now, Bear, you are a mod now, I think. It should be you. It's like a little cube. Something. So, I don't know if you ever bothered changing your your fucking profile picture on Kick, Bear, but I think that might be the default one. But you should, I think what was Bear's name? Bear was
Mystery
Bear's name is
Bear?
Bear. Well, no, I mean, like, yeah, because he does like the Mr_E_Bear thing. So, and like he does variations of that across different sites. So I was like, what exactly is it? Is the question I was asking, really. But anyway, oh yeah. So apparently the whole Stop Killing Games thing has had a little bit of an update. So it would seem. Let's see, Europe's largest video game lobby spoke out against Stop Killing Games, saying it'd make game dev too expensive. The lobby's board has members from EA, Ubisoft, Activision. Yeah? Is that who's on the fucking board that doesn't want Stop Killing Games to get their way,
Right?
really? God, I wonder why these fuckers might have something to say against it. Ubisoft and Activision, huh? And EA. I see. Several of the publishers who have permanently killed games. Yeah, exactly. Like, what the fuck are we talking? Oh my god. Okay, let's get the rundown here. So, Video Game Europe is a lobby made up of several of the world's biggest publishers to try and advocate for European game devs. However, their response to the Stop Killing Games initiative isn't exactly isn't exactly supportive of what EU gamers are advocating for. Stop Killing Games hit 1 million signatures, despite doubts that the petition would get enough signatures to get the notice of European legislators. In the wake of this milestone, Video Game Europe felt the need to respond as the largest video game lobby in the EU. While the statement opens with the lobby board claiming that they appreciate the passion of our community in regards to, oh my god, all these fucking ads, in regards to wanting to keep the games around, they shut down the ideals of this initiative in every other part of the statement. They claimed that if Stop Killing Games demands were to be made law, that game development would become prohibitively expensive.
Bullshit.
I'm sorry, we're still talking about the guy. Oh wait, I just realized I can't see this. Hang on. Oop, there we go. We're talking about the guys who are putting like $300 million, $400 million, $500 million into one game these days, right?
Yeah.
Is this the guys? Are these the guys we're talking about who are worried about shit getting too expensive? Because I don't know, kind of feels like we jumped several of those fucking sharks a good long while ago at this point. Like, what are we talking about here? Actually,
Yeah, it's like, seems to me that if they just didn't pay one consultancy firm, they could probably make up the money they need in their budget to provide some way for a game to live on. And realistically, the programming needed for this, while I generally am far more in favor of game devs just being able to develop a game exactly the way they want to, putting in a method for people to either A, create their own server on their own computers, or B, provide some kind of looped single player option for people, not that hard to do, and shouldn't be that difficult. It's not like this is saying that it has to be perfect. It doesn't have to be the game as it would be if it was on a large server with thousands of other players. It should be just enough that people can boot up the game and play the game. And that's it.
Companies against to only make me want it more. Exactly.
Yeah.
They're essentially like, because this whole thing, right, was essentially just Streisanded into the stratosphere by Pirate Software, right? Just him specifically. And like, we're essentially having that happen again because fucking EA and Activision are opening their stupid fucking mouths about it. And they're like, they're opposing it. So now everybody's like, well, you know what? Fuck those guys. They've been assholes the last like decade or so in game creation. You know what? Fuck them. If they don't want it, then I do want it. Right? We're just Streisanding again. We're getting double Streisanded. It's amazing. You kind of love to see it. But I did find the actual statement that they put out, so we can read through this real quick. We appreciate the passion of our community. However, the decision to discontinue online services is multifaceted, never taken lightly, and must be an option for companies when an online experience is no longer commercially viable. In other words, when the game isn't making them enough money anymore, they want to be able to shut it down and cut their losses, right? We understand that it can be disappointing.
Shut the servers down because they shouldn't have to pay for something forever.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But the fact that they're cutting off access to that game when people may have put however many dozens or hundreds of dollars into something, like say I don't know, goddamn World of Warcraft, right? Like how much money have like WoW players put up into that whole franchise and that whole game? Imagine if WoW shut down tomorrow, right? People would fucking riot in the streets. We'd have problems.
You can do a private server on WoW though.
Well, yeah. So, and that's the good thing about it. It's like we can that one's not a problem. But imagine all the like games of that nature, like always online kind of games that don't have some sort of don't have some sort of airbag in that regard for players who might end up being snubbed otherwise.
I mean, I had so many multiplayer games on the N64 that were like, you play multiplayer mode, but they also had like AI options. So like, you're just playing random AI opponents like the Super Smash Brothers 64, Turok Rage Wars. I was just turn it on and just play like death matches with AI forever. Yeah, exactly. Like that seems like an easy fix. Like just some kind of like you said, you're probably not going to get all the bells and whistles. There's no point in having a server fired up all the time when there's like, three people in the entire world playing the whole game.
Yeah, and it's like the funny thing is like a lot of these games will end up having fucking bot implementation anyway, right? Like for example, obviously this is a newer game and still a highly popular one, so it's not even that like this doesn't really factor into this conversation that much. But in terms of the bots, Marvel Rivals, right? I play that every week, and sometimes when we play Marvel Rivals, we get our asses beat several games in a row. Right. And then because of that, every so often we'll be thrown a pity match where we're just placed up against bots who barely know how to play the game. And it's like, oh, I see. So we got put in the kitty corner for a minute because we get
face. Great.
Exactly.
What would be a cool idea is all the games that are dead. You can like rotate them once a month where like the servers are going to be playing this old game, and if you have it or whatever, or maybe like a handful of games at a time, And you just
that would be a cool idea.
It's like 5 other games.
That would be a cool idea, but then we're still circling back to the thing where the company's going to have to pay for those servers to be maintained, which is their main quip here, right? Or quip.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. That's their main complaint here. They don't want to have to put money into these servers. But we're saying is that like they wouldn't necessarily have to as long as they leave some way for the players to kind of set up their own servers to play on, instead of just killing the game entirely with no way to access it ever again. Which has happened to plenty of games, both online multiplayer ones and even single player ones. Like there's some games you just can't fucking get your hands on anymore. Like what was his name? Fucking Endymion was talking about this, and he mentioned goddamn Web of Shadows. Remember the old I think it was PS3 era Spider-Man game, and apparently you can't even find that anywhere anymore. Like I don't think it's on Steam. I don't think it's on PSN. Like there's no way to get your hands on it unless you have a fucking original copy of the PS3 version and a PS3 to play it on. So
that's the thing about good games is they're harder to find, because people hold on to them.
Yeah. But
if you try to go to a used game store and try to buy an N64 copy of any of the Mario Party games, they're all like $100 minimum.
Yeah. But it sucks because what the thing that sucks about this is that they have like digital versions of pretty much all of these games, right? And we know they do, because like every time Nintendo wants to sell their fucking online thing, they'll be like, hey, you guys want some GameCube games? We can pull some GameCube games out of the vault. Like they fucking have the files for these. They could just make a proper museum of something, like a digital museum where you could go in and play these and like, you know, appreciate them and all that shit. But it's obviously more lucrative to piecemeal sell them to you whenever they feel like they want to sell that, and then whenever they feel like shit's not making them enough money, just cut it right off, and then fuck you, the customer, for spending money on it, right? That's the problem here, and that's what Stop Killing Games is trying to fight against specifically. Now, Stop Killing Games could probably use some refining in its approach, but the main goal here is just to get this on the radar of lawmakers and people who have the means and the knowledge to properly shape it into something that will end up with, you know, the customers and their money and their time being respected the way it should be when they're spending their hard-earned money on these products.
Dude, I'm not even.
Oh, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I'm just going to say the same thing I said on Twitter, and that's the fact that you have over 1 million people signing this petition should tell game developers what people want. Any smart game dev right now with the shape that the market is in would look at that and think, you know, if I just went out and said, you know what, we saw you guys signed all this, we understand your passion for this, so we, out of the goodness of our own hearts, are going to go ahead and make sure that this is what you get. You don't have to involve the government. We're just going to go ahead and give you what you want. And they would have any game company that went ahead and did that would have so much goodwill from the fans that they could probably come out with 2 or 3 really bad games and people would still buy them just to support the idea that they are actually going to be able to own those games. But they won't, because they're too stupid.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not even a big gamer, but I mean, just looking at it from a law point of view, like on, you know, your desk as a judge, you know, you're being sold something and there is no expiration date. And, you know, how long does it take for these games to go offline? Just like a couple of years sometimes?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's
I mean, in the case of Concord, it took them 2 weeks.
Yeah,
now,
exactly.
those people did get their money back for the most part, I think. I think everybody got their money back on that one.
Yeah, they offered refunds.
Unfortunately, like, I don't think that means they're going to do what we want, which is like keep all the games on servers forever or come. What they'll probably do is games will probably just start being sold with expiration dates. You know,
at that point, you're renting the game. You don't own the game. That is renting, an option that they could go to, as long as they are upfront with it. That's the danger, though, and I think Sheep and Hypnocast were talking about it on Saturday, where it's a precursor to really getting more into games as a service as opposed to just buying games. Personally, I am very much against these things like the Game Pass and the PlayStation Network, specifically because they really train people into not owning their games. And I am very much into owning my games, but I'm old, so there's that going for me.
Yeah, me
I'm
too.
used to going to the store, buying my physical game, putting my game in my computer, installing 2 or 3 discs, and then playing my game, as opposed to downloading 60-something gigabytes and then playing my game. But, I mean, it's a big deal to not own your product.
Right. Everything's becoming subscription based. You know, they started doing it with computer programs like CC, Adobe. Now they're going to start doing it with Windows. You got to pay a monthly for yearly fee to have Windows. You know, it's like, what the fuck, dude? They're going to start doing that. You know, it's the same thing with iTunes with Bruce Willis. Bruce Willis, several years back, had like a thing where it's like, he has this massive iTunes library, and he was trying to talk about with his will, like, who does he give that music to, and how do I hand that over? And they're like, you don't. So basically, he found out by trying to get his will in order that, like, you don't own any of that stuff on the digital stuff. You're renting it long term. You're renting it indefinitely. And at any
until
moment,
you're dead, and then we take it back. Yeah, and it's
so it's the same thing with video games.
And we see it getting more and more dire, because even fucking physical versions of games are becoming not actually the game itself. Like, people will talk about, like, there's obviously been a lot of, you know, back and forth about the Switch 2, right? And all the, you know, the issues and controversies surrounding that. But one of the bigger ones was the fact that the physical copies of the games they do now, the cartridges, aren't actually the games themselves. It's just a key so that you can actually fucking do the download. Because either way you're doing a download, but like the little physical like card that you have in the box, it's just a key that lets you unlock the download. Like, it's not the game's not even on the fucking card anymore.
You have to have the internet to play the game as well is another thing. It's like
Well, some of them that's true.
Pretty much everything nowadays, because you at least need to be able to download it.
Well, yeah. Unfortunately, as a PC player, I don't have a lot of room to talk because all of my games have to be digital at this stage.
Yeah.
I have no ability to buy a physical copy of anything as much as I would like to. Yeah. So when it comes to
for those of us who like having physicals, right? Like
I prefer having physical, but you know, I am where I am. But when it comes to what Nintendo's doing, I do understand where a lot of people are going with it, but at the same time, when you read through, Nintendo also gives you the ability to fully download the game onto one of the discs, one of the memory cards, and then you just have to take the physical card and put it in your the key card and put it in your thing, and then it allows you to play the game with the physical card without being attached to the internet.
Yeah.
So you still have the ability to play the game, but you don't have the internet requirement that right now most of them have on like the Nintendo or the regular Switch, for example. Now, is that really right? I think that to some degree it's people still fighting the war against going fully digital, which honestly, as much as I hate it, I think we're going to lose that war.
Yeah, absolutely, we're going to lose that war. Like, even I've kind of given up on getting physicals, right? And that's more to do with the fact that I'm doing the content creation thing now. So, and if I want to, like, it's so much easier. It's so much more convenient. If I want to get a physical copy of something, like normally I'd have to make sure I fucking get the pre-order done in advance, right? And maybe it's something that's like I can't pick it up in the store, it only goes via mail or something. And then like the thing doesn't actually get to me until like 3 or 4 days after like the game actually releases. If I want to play it the day of, like the much easier thing and much more convenient thing is to just go to the fucking like PlayStation online store or Steam or whatever and just download it. Right, because unlimited copies that way, right? Like there's no wait, there's no me having to drive down to the store. There's none of that. I can just sit here, buy the game with my fucking credit card, and then get to downloading and just get right in there, right? So I appreciate that. I appreciate that convenience, especially as a streamer who's trying to make sure I'm like getting in on this content day one to make sure I can maybe get a little bit of a view boost because I'm there right when shit's popping off. So I'm definitely in the camp where it's like that war is pretty much already lost. There's some hangers on, but they're few and far between at this point.
And then there's me, who if I want a physical copy of the game, I have to buy it for either my PlayStation or my Xbox, but I'm gonna play it on my PC, so I end up buying a digital version anyway. Then I have to buy the game twice, and I'm not generally too much into that.
Yeah, I feel on that one. Even games I like, I wouldn't want to fucking buy twice. Like when Solo Blade came to PC, I'm like, I already have it on console. I mean, there's mods and whatnot, but it's not really worth it.
I would buy Expedition 33 twice.
Okay, fair point. But that's a generational fucking game. Like, let's be real.
Yeah, that's a special.
That's a special case for sure. But going through the rest of this real quick, let's go through the rest of the statement, and then we'll discuss. Where'd I leave off? Survival. We understand that it can be disappointing for players, but when it does happen, the industry ensures that players are given fair notice of the prospective changes in compliance with local consumer protection laws. And like, as far as the fair notice thing goes, because you were just talking about that a second ago, Stupenzo, with the idea of like them putting a fucking expiration date on online games now when they get ready to put them out. But the thing about that is that they can't really do that, because if by some miracle it's a bit of a toss-up whether or not your game is going to be successful or like heavily successful or not. You never know before it actually hits the open market, right? So if you put a fucking expiration date on your game, you could potentially be kneecapping yourself in one or two directions depending on how good and how much the game actually catches on with the audience. So you cannot fucking put a goddamn expiration date on your game before it releases, which is what you would have to do if we're trying to be perfectly lawful about it.
If you find
if
that
it's a popular game, then it gets extended.
I suppose, but it still feels a little weaselly at that point.
No, it is Weasley. That's what I'm saying. That's why they'd probably go
The whole
that
thing's
route.
Weasley.
Oh, well, yeah,
Just
fair
saying.
point. Fair point.
Just be like,
Okay.
All right. You're paying $80 for a 2-year rental, basically.
Okay, so
Deal with
private, yeah, I got you. Private servers are not always a viable alternative option for players, as the protections we put in place to secure players' data, remove illegal content, and combat unsafe community content would not exist and would leave rights holders liable. Okay, but here's the thing, right? This is where the gaslighting kind of started, where it's like they're talking about private servers, where Stop Killing Games never mentioned that. They never said they shouldn't have private servers that they can just leave on, forever, in order to like host these games on. Like, they've been saying that there should be some way for the game to be played after those servers go down. That's all they're really asking for, which is reasonable.
Like
Makes a lot of sense. But they're trying to like straw man it to make it seem like it's something it's not, which is kind of what Pirate Software did as well. Like they're essentially just Pirate Softwaring again. Like that's essentially what I said earlier. But yeah. Fuck, ready to leave off. Oh yeah. In addition, many titles are designed from the ground up to be online only. In effect, these proposals would curtail developer choice by making these video games prohibitively expensive to create. And again, we've been over that. It's really not. They don't act like that's a real problem.
Well, and it's not like something you really have to have done from day one. You could wait a few years and then come back to it and add that when you feel that you've recouped most of your costs, or figure it out later. You don't have to do it right off the bat.
I will welcome the opportunity to discuss our position with policymakers and those who have led to European Citizens Initiative in the coming months. I mean, I don't know, man. I feel like that conversation, if this does end up like going to court about it, like it's gonna be that fucking bit where you guys see that fucking bit with the lady who was talking about the surprise mechanics when they started coming after loot boxes. You guys remember that shit?
Say that again.
Well, there was a while back, like the European Commission or whatever, the Game Commission, whatever, started coming after. I think it might have been Ubisoft, or no, I think it was EA. But somebody had to go in court and like try to explain to lawmakers about fucking loot boxes and how they're totally fine and ethical. And they said, we don't really like to use the term loot boxes. We like to call it surprise mechanics. We think it sounds a little better. That it's like the dark pattern shit from like the Fortnite lawsuits, right? Like they kind of, they're trying to fucking wax poetic and talk around it in order to make it not sound as bad as it actually is, which is, FOMO, taking advantage of people's like, fear of missing out and essentially just the whole thing is nothing but predatory. And there really should be some way around it, and this shouldn't be like it's the sort of thing that doesn't hold up to scrutiny, right? It just won't. Like, once people start asking questions about this sort of thing, which they'd really prefer you didn't do, like it's just not going to hold up in court at all, ever. And that's why they're like trying to get ahead of it now. Like this is I think it was fucking Laduri Drops actually on Twitter who posted the fucking GIF from Starship Troopers, where Doogie Howser puts his hand on the weird alien thing and he's like, it's afraid. It's afraid. And everybody starts cheering, right? Like, it's essentially that shit. This is the stage we're at with this whole thing. So I'm kind of hoping that they're going to get fucking steamrolled by Stop Killing Games, to be honest. And it seems like we're shaping up for like something to happen here. But what exactly that's going to be, we'll have to see. If they manage to weasel their way out of it, like Stupenzo thinks they will. As he suggested earlier, which they very well might. But I'm really hoping they're not able to this time.
I mean, there will be two options for them. One will be they have to create games that you can continue playing somehow, and the other will be to just straight up admit you don't own this.
Yeah,
I don't feel like that one will go over very well for them.
And Bear just sent this over to me because this is where the dark timeline leads, right? This is where the bad ending goes. Ubisoft wants gamers to destroy all copies of a game once it goes offline. And I remember seeing this on Twitter the other day. But yeah, apparently in like the Ubisoft EULA, it literally tells you to fucking destroy your physical copies of a game that is an online game once they take it offline. I don't fucking know.
You can't own it anymore.
The fact that you're telling me to do this makes me not want to, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Here we go, right here. This is the thing in the EULA, I think. Number 8, termination. The EULA is effective from the earlier of the date you purchase, download, or use the product until terminated according to its terms. You and Ubisoft or its licensors may terminate this EULA at any time for any reason. Terminate by Ubisoft will be effective upon A, notice to you, or B, terminate of a Ubisoft account, if any, or C, at the time of Ubisoft's decision to discontinue offering and or supporting the product. This EULA will terminate automatically if you fail to comply with any of the terms and conditions of the EULA. Upon termination for any reason, you must immediately uninstall the product and destroy all copies of the product in your possession. What the fuck? What is this, bro? The fuck is this?
It's bullshit. I am not destroying my property. Fuck off.
Oh my god. Can terminate at any time for any reason. Yeah, this is also part of the problem. Ubisoft or the licensor of the product can terminate it at any time for any reason, regardless of how much time you put in, how much money you paid, regardless of any of that shit. Doesn't matter. They get the choice at the end of the day. It's all up to them whenever they want, whenever they fucking feel like it. And that is not how that should be. That should not be the case, man. That's too much power in their court. And not nearly enough for the consumer, right? For the customer.
Yeah, people still buy their games.
Well, Ubisoft is probably on the lower end of that particular.
Yeah.
These days, but yeah, in general, it's still fucked, and nobody should be doing this.
No, I genuinely feel that at this stage, if a game company is engaging in a practice you don't like, just don't buy their games.
Yep.
You don't have to. It's not something we're forced to do. There are plenty of other games out there for us. If you don't like the practice of a game company, just don't buy it.
Fair enough. But I guess that's all there is really to say about that for now. Developing story and all that. I can give us a little bit of a more lighthearted one for a second here. So it appears that you guys may remember a while back when Gargura showed up at fucking Dodger Stadium for HoloLive night for baseball. It seems that apparently we're just going to keep that going, and it might end up being like an annual thing now. So yeah, man, we're getting the fucking weebs into the baseball games. It's going down. I mean, it's happening.
Even if I was like, even if I was at a baseball game and I have no idea who that is, I'd be like, hell yeah, anime girl, let's do this. Woo!
Yay!
Yeah, absolutely. Like it is an amazing like marketing trick, right? Because obviously, like VTube's been on the way up. It's been getting more and more and more popular over the years. So for a actual official like sports team to get them on side for getting like more fans that absolutely would not give a fuck about sports of any kind, like under any other circumstance, like this is kind of genius when you think about it.
Yeah, because the people who are already there for the baseball, like I don't think they would find any offense in this. I think
they're not gonna mind too much.
Cool.
Yeah, but yeah, you're getting a whole new like this is like, because game developers and shit are always going on about is like, yeah, we're trying to get the outside audience, right? We're trying to get those people who feel like they're not into video games. So we're gonna try something different to get them in, right? But this is how you kind of actually do that sort of thing successfully, right? Where you're not fucking too much with the original form. Like you still got the guys on the field running around, hitting the balls, doing what they're doing. But then just up on the jumbotron, just fuck around and have a little like anime girl on there. Why not, right? And she's like, yeah, Dodgers, let's go. Baseball, yeah. And like they're singing the fucking the classic baseball song. I think they had like 3 different VTubers singing the what, Take Me Out to the Ball Game, right? Is that what it's called?
Take me out to the ball game.
Yeah, like originally they had Gura come and sing that, and that was like a whole iconic moment for her. But yeah, they got like 3 other VTubers from HoloLive to sing it all together this time around. It's like, yeah, no, it's working.
The other
one,
what's the other one by Dan Fogerty? It's like, put me in, coach. I'm ready to play. It's so corny.
Man, yeah, shit's crazy, and it's just like, just blowing up on the feed with just all this fucking. All the shit with all the. Like,
you got
seeing
like anime girls.
You got fucking cosplayers in the audience.
That's weird.
Actually, no, I think it's an actual performer. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. He's super into it. Look at this guy right here. Look where my mouse is. Yeah.
Or,
Yeah, he's doing it too.
yeah.
You know what? You know what? That's great. You know what? I got nothing against this. It's pretty solid. It's
Oh,
pretty
that's
fucking
fine
good.
with that.
Yeah, man, you got cosplayers coming through and shit, like fucking wild. Like the fusion of VTubing with like Major League Baseball. That is something. And it's like we talked about this the other day too. I can't remember what team it was. But what fucking Enzo, you're familiar with Nikkei, right? You know what Nikkei is? Yeah, okay. So wait, you don't or you do?
I believe maybe. I don't know.
It's the game with like the anime girls, the very jiggly anime girls who are like shooting from behind cover, but their asses are like shaking all over the place. So apparently they got a collab with a major league team. I forget which one it was. We talked about this a few episodes ago though. But they ended up having like a fucking Nikkei crossover event at a real life baseball game. I'm like, how the fuck did we get the jiggly titty anime girls in on some baseball? I mean, obviously baseball fans, you know, the male ones are probably super appreciative of it, but like, they're going all in with this shit, man. It's crazy to think about, like, that this is just going to start being a regular thing. It's like, when does it start extending to like the NFL, right? When are we getting a Super Bowl with like fucking Hatsune Miku coming in like during the halftime show, right? Like,
showcasing the popularity of these VTubers, you know.
Yeah, man, shit is nuts. Yeah, they got the
like
merch.
cute anime girls.
They got the fucking plushies, they got the cups, all of it, bro. It's all in there. Yeah, the standees take pictures with.
Also, the Japanese do like baseball.
Yeah. So yeah, we do it. We go all in on this because apparently that first round, like I feel like that the first time they did it, where they just had Gura like come up on the jumbotron, that was probably pretty experimental, right? They were just testing the waters on that, but that shit exploded on Twitter. I remember like back last year when that happened. Yeah, Twitter was all about that shit. So it's like, yeah, they're going all in this year, and probably every year going forward from now on. Like we're super into it.
How long until the VA anime girls are the ones doing the announcing for the game?
Oh, I thought you were playing the game, right? I don't know,
just
bro.
a cute anime girl, and then first base to second base, third base, out.
Yeah, shit's crazy, bro. Yeah, they're doing like their little like anime girl intros and having the crowd participate, right? They got fucking Fuamoko in there. I recognize these two.
This is one of those things where if I went back to my like younger self, 2020, be like, in the year 2025, they're gonna be do VR girls, VTube girls, anime girls at baseball games. I'd be like, I believe this. Like this does seem very 2025, the future.
It's just like fucking HoloLive right up there with next to like the 76 logo and like the Jack in the Box advertisement. Like this shit is surreal, bro. It's fucking
the fact
weird.
that it's like so mainstream now.
I'm kind of into it though. Like it's fucking bizarre, but I kind of dig it.
Like, oh yeah, your grandma and your parents are watching VTubers now. You know, like that's how it's gonna be at some point. You know.
Oh,
the only reason my mother knows what a VTuber is because I am one.
Right.
The oldest Dodgers fan watching Houston beat them again while 3 anime girls keep appearing on the screens. Damn, bro. Wait, did they lose that game? Wait, I don't actually keep. I saw the clips on Twitter and whatnot, but I don't actually keep up with baseball. Did they lose that game during the HoloLive night?
That'd be funny.
Because I assume the Dodgers were still a decent baseball team, but I generally don't know. Fuck. It's something else. That's just crazy. But yeah, I guess we'll see how things go in the coming years, man. Maybe you're right. Maybe the announcers straight up just get replaced by the VTubers from now on. They lost.
They're crazier things.
They lost all 3 by a combined score of over 20. Oh god, yeah, they got fucked. It's because Gura wasn't there. I'm pretty sure they won the game when Gura like showed up, but they didn't have that Gura energy to carry him this time. So
she's a good luck charm.
Unfortunate. Well, I mean, she is back. She did come back as a new character now. Saba, right?
Saba.
Yeah, Saba. Saba is the new form of Gura. Same person behind the character. So she's already back, and she hit
records.
Yeah, bro. Like she hit what, like 700,000 fucking subscribes in like the first stream she did, or some shit, right? Fucking nuts, bro. God damn, we need some of that Gura cloud. That's what I'm telling you. We need to get on that game somehow. Like, damn.
Unfortunately, I cannot manage to be either that cute or sweet. So unless you're going to do it, we're screwed.
How would you feel about putting on a shark tail?
If anybody's going to be putting on tails, Jazz, it's you.
Rock, paper, scissors for it?
No, I already told you who's doing it.
Oh, fuck.
I think I've made my position very clear.
Fair enough. 1 million in a weekend?
I'm
oh,
already
fuck, wow.
an undersea creature. You can wear the shark tail.
That's fair. 1 million in a weekend. Yeah, that is wild. 1 million subscribers on YouTube in one fucking weekend. That's unbelievable.
That's
Jesus
amazing.
Christ. Holy fuck. Good for her. Good for her. But, let's see. What else was there? Oh, yeah. I figure you might want to talk a little bit about this, guys. This is a interesting little bit of trivia about the new Superman film. So apparently, a scene where Ultraman punches Krypto was removed from Superman. It received a very negative reaction. During test screenings, James Gunn decided to cut it.
Oh, you mean a scene where someone punches a dog got a bad response? I'm shocked.
Well, I'm more caught up on the thing where the villain does a villainous thing and people don't like it, and somehow that's a problem for a movie.
Yeah, well.
It's the same thing with like I saw that new Jurassic Park movie, and I feel like audiences don't want to see dinosaurs get killed, and they definitely don't want to see dogs get killed or hurt. Like Trauma Films, who've done the most horrendous movies, like Tromeo and Juliet and Toxic Avenger and Sergeant Kabuki Man. They're the one thing that got the most hate mail out of all the crazy crap they put in movies was that seeing eye dog getting a shotgun to death in Toxic Avenger.
Jesus fuck.
That's the scene that's like, how dare you?
Yeah.
You know?
But it seems like we're totally fine, like fucking up kids though these days. Because like, I was talking to Rada about the new Final Destination the other night, and it's like, yeah, we just fucking straight up flatten a kid with a piano in that movie. Like, fuck
That's
it.
the best part.
Yeah, because that kid was like, they did a good job of like up to that moment, like showing you how much of a shit kid that kid is.
He's annoying. But yeah, it's like same thing with every all the best Steven Spielberg movies. There's a kid. That kid is going to be in terrible danger very soon. You know?
Yeah, I guess that way. But yeah,
I mean, I Am Legend. He straight up kills the dogs. So.
Yeah. That was rough.
Yeah. And that was a
movie.
That was a great scene, right? That was like a strong emotional hook for that film. The fact
I
that
hated
like the
that
dog
scene
got
so much.
Well,
but
yes, you're supposed to though. It's like it's supposed to be tragic. It's supposed to fuck up your emotions. That's the intention, and I think that's a good thing though, because like that movie made you feel something because of that, right? Like you hate it, but
do we
you
really
have to
want me
admit
to feel emotions? I mean.
I think we should want people. I think we should want people to feel things when they watch movies. Yes.
I didn't say people. I said me. There's a difference.
Oh, whatever.
But I mean, I think the problem is okay. So realistically, he punched the dog. A villain punched the dog in the movie. Okay, people are going to have a reaction to that. Totally normal. Cool. Was the payoff afterwards? Was there a redemption from that? Did he suffer the correct consequences afterwards to have people bounce back from that? So, I mean, for example, I Am Legend.
I'm assuming Superman beat his ass.
But did he? I mean, we don't know. So, I mean, if he didn't have
good.
the correct bounce back from it, I can see why they would remove it. And I also don't trust them to be able to write the correct bounce back either. So
I suppose, but at the same time, we're talking about
dog, and the dog gets right up right away, or does he like knock the dog unconscious? You know?
Yeah, like does he kill the dog? Or?
Which would be a fucking tall order, right? Because we're talking about a Kryptonian dog here. Like the dog has superpowers. It can fly. It has super strength. It can shoot lasers from its fucking eyes. Like I would assume that if the dog is jumping into a fight, that the dog's not just going to get a free pass to do whatever and not get hit back, right? Like. You would think if the dog starts biting on the villain, I think the villain is probably.
Holy shit.
Oh God, yeah, no, you'd lose an arm or a leg.
It's probably the sound effect. You know, you show someone punch a dog, one thing, but you punch a dog and the dog makes out this like horrific. Like,
yeah, exactly, right.
Probably just cut the sound out, and you probably have the scene stay in the movie.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know, bro.
Reduce the amount of sound, instead of a long whining, just a quick whimper.
Yeah, and it's just the whole thing with me. It's just it feels like it's all part of this weird like softening of the blow for the audience in like every fucking thing nowadays. Like I was arguing with somebody on Twitter like yesterday or the day before about this little screenshot from a TV viewing of Rush Hour, right? The first Rush Hour. And they're like the little warning, instead of just saying viewer discretion advised, which I wouldn't fucking mind because like every movie does that, it has this whole little fucking Karen in human resources spiel of, it's like, I know we all love our 90s movies, but keep in mind that, you know, some of these jokes could be very offensive by, you know, modern standards. I'm like, shut the fuck up and just play the film. Like, God, what are we doing here? It's just Rush Hour. It's not even that fucking bad. Calm down.
The producers would like you to know that, contrary to popular belief, you can touch a black man's radio. It's okay.
So yeah, and it's just like the whole crypto thing.
Friends with people of other races.
Camel hump. I'm gonna eat camel hump.
Exactly. Well, and some people were thinking is like maybe it was that one bit where Jackie Chan walks into like the black bar and he like walks up to the black bartender. He's like, "What's up, my nigga?" Right? Like, or that shit, right? And it's like, but even that's why that shit's hilarious, right? Like, just,
that's why it's good.
Just
Jackie Chan gets an N-word pass. I'm sure he does, right? I mean, how many people love Jackie Chan's movies?
Yeah, the whole thing is played as like a cultural misunderstanding, right? Because he sees like Chris Tucker do it like literally 5 seconds before he does it, right? He just assumes that's how they greet each other, so he tries it too, and that's like he doesn't know that we have this stupid fucking N-word double standard here in the States. But you know that whole thing. But that, yeah, it's played for humor. It's played as a joke because of the cultural misunderstanding, which is kind of the whole point of the movie. Really, is the culture clash between the two, you know, main characters. But it's like the fact that we feel the need to goddamn like put airbags around everybody just to watch a fucking Rush Hour movie. Like, God, how soft do we got to get before it's enough? How
you've
how
heard
fucking
my rant
soft can things
before
get?
about how they've softened fucking fairy tales, and that's where it started. The softening of fairy tales, the blunting of the blow in regards to being afraid when you're a small child has led up to this moment. It is all interconnected all the way back to them just not fucking killing Ariel.
Yeah, I mean, to a point, at least I could sort of give, you know, Disney its credit on that one because they're a family company. They're making kiddie movies. You know, I kind of get it.
Fairy tales were meant for kids. The fact that they're scary is the point, to teach them emotional control in a safe environment. By removing that, you kill their ability to learn as they grow older, to give them more and more challenges as they grow up, and then you end up today where you're giving fucking warnings in front of a buddy cop movie because someone's feelings might get hurt.
Yeah.
Don Bluth said.
Slippery slope. Yeah.
Don Bluth said that, you know, and I believe this, and you know, you could recommend these, you know, what are some good horror movies for kids, you know, scary movies for kids. And it's like, dude, kids can take anything. They can stand any horror movie as long as it has a happy ending.
Yep.
It could be fucking violent and crazy and over the top and rated R. As long as it has a happy ending, like, your kid's probably going to be all right.
And the important thing is that the parent, I mean, and this is the reason that people don't want it to be scary, is because the parent actually has to, at that point, engage with their child and help them through the scary moment. You have to be there with them and help guide them through dealing with that emotion, help them feel safe in that moment so that when they get older, they realize, you know, yeah, that was scary, but I got through it okay. And I will be okay because in the end, when it's over, I know I can go ask mommy or daddy in the middle of the night, hey, can you help me? Or, hey, I'm scared. Let me sleep here for the night. And people just don't want to deal with that. So instead, they isolate their children instead of helping them grow.
Dude, and Villain's right. We definitely like we've softened considerably even from the softening you're talking about, like the era of fucking Lion King and Little Mermaid and all that shit. Because like at least back then we murked villains in some fucked up ways, man. Like Villain in chat brings up Clayton, who was hanged. Right? There's goddamn Judge Frollo. I almost said Frollo in Hunchback, who falls into a fucking sea of fire, right? Yep. Scar gets torn apart by goddamn hyenas. Ursula gets fucking like impaled through the heart by a fucking ship, right? Like, we used to go pretty hard on villains back in the day, right?
Yeah, George C. Scott in Rescuers Down Under, doesn't he like drive his truck off a cliff or something? I don't remember.
Yeah,
I never saw it, but I can imagine.
It's a good movie.
Man. You know, I should go back and watch it at some point. Yeah.
Good
The
one.
Rescuers
I watched the
and
Rescuers
Rescuers Down Under,
cartoon,
both really
like
good.
on Toon Disney.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like I said, we used to watch Tales from the Crypt as a family. You know, mom,
Yeah.
dad, me, and my little brother. We were like, I was like in
Holy shit.
kindergarten. You know, that shit's
Creep Show?
badass. Dude, I love Creep Show. Yeah.
What was it?
Goosebumps? Goosebumps was
No.
not as bad, but
No,
kind
see, that's
of.
the thing is when
Good, but,
Goosebumps was a thing, I remember being like, "Fuck this! This ain't no Crypt Keeper," you know? Like,
Yeah. Well,
God.
Are You Afraid of the Dark was much creepier in my opinion.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
or
I'm
scary
thinking
stories to tell in the
of,
dark, shit like that.
yeah, I remember though.
Oh,
I
the
had those
books
books.
Those were, and the drawings in those books were so creepy. Oh,
Yeah.
it was.
There was another
fantastic.
book called "Scary Stories for Stormy Nights," and those stories were like twisted.
Oh, I didn't
Like, you
get
know,
that
the kid,
one.
almost all the kids like died horrifically at the end
Oh,
of
yeah.
each story. You know,
Fuck.
And
Awesome.
then there was another book of scary stories, and I can't remember the name of it, but it had the girl with the green ribbon. That was a good book. But
yeah.
no, what was that? I'm trying to
Dude, I
remember.
Yeah,
We
I
control
remember
the
there was just
vertical, we
so
control the
much,
horizontal. I can remember the feel. I can't remember the title of the series. Oh my god, it's killing me.
Erie, Indiana.
Oh, that was good,
No, that was a fun
but
one.
that wasn't that movie. No, it was
Tales
more
from
of
the
a
Dark Side.
yes. Tales from the Dark Side was great.
There was
Something like that, yeah.
Outer
obviously
Limits.
Outer
yes,
Limits.
the Outer Limits.
Outer Limits, Tales from the Twilight Zone, and you know all those.
Yeah,
good stuff.
that
But
shit. I mean, I watched the Twilight Zone when I was tiny. I mean, but then again, I my mother nursed me and watched Poltergeist at the same time. So here we are.
Yeah, Poltergeist
Fair
is
enough.
another one. You know, I have friends that's like, you know, oh, let's watch all kinds of scary movies, but not Poltergeist. You know,
Oh, that was a
it's
good
too
one.
scary. It's like, why? Because it scared you as a little kid, you know?
To a
Traumatizing.
point, I can understand taking it a little easier on kids, but there's definitely a point where enough is enough, and we're getting a little too soft. And I feel like we've passed it on several occasions now, and especially
Yeah.
with this shit, right? I get
I
people
was
don't like
10
seeing
years
dogs
old.
hurt, but like, come the fuck on. He's a super dog.
I was 10
He's
years
getting in
old,
fights with
second
dudes.
grade, and I watched. I saw From Dusk Till Dawn in the theater with my friend. and my
Holy
mom.
shit!
Nice.
I imagine there was a bit of
hell
an
yeah,
awakening
bro.
at that point, right?
No,
Like,
I was like, my friend was like, "Are we supposed to be here?" I'm like, "Chill."
relax,
They
bro.
haven't
Just,
noticed. Just be quiet.
yeah,
No,
just
it was
watch
one of
him-
those things. Like I said, I was watching Tales from the Crypt all the time, so watching From Dusk Till Dawn was like, hell yeah! Takes place in El Paso, vampire movie where we live. You know, yeah, let's go.
Titties.
Listen, bro. This scene of this man drinking fucking whiskey off this woman's foot is gonna keep you regular for like the next several years. All right, just chill, just internalize this and fucking suck it up. All right.
Dude, we
From
used to
Dusk Till
watch.
Dawn wasn't that scary anyway.
No, I know it was fun. There was there was that sex show on HBO, Dream On. That was like the big thing on the '90s. It was like a sitcom with tons of titties. That was a fun one. I remember you. That was like oh, sneak downstairs and watch Dream On.
The People Under the Stairs. That's a good one for kids.
That's a fun one. Yeah.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah, I recommended Sixth Sense to Meg with her niece, and she's like, she loved it. I was like, yeah, she did.
Yeah.
Well, what's fucked up though is like the little brother, he's younger, and I was like, oh, he's got to watch Monster Squad, and they never did. And I was like,
No.
yes, missed
Monster
out.
Squad's fantastic.
I know. It's a good
Damn,
one.
bro. So yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I guess we'll see how soft things can get at this point, right? We're
They
all
downright flaccid currently.
we're all gonna be walking around with one glove full of Vaseline at this point.
What's everyone saying about the movie?
Fuck it hell. I'm glad you got that, Rod. I don't know if Enzo got it.
I did not.
You never saw Mice and Men?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Lenny.
remember the guy with his fucking glove full of Vaseline? He's got to keep that one hand baby soft for his girlfriend or whatever.
Right.
Oh fuck.
Let's see. Did anybody?
Hmm.
Anybody watch anybody coming out of the Superman theater saying anything about it?
I've
yet?
seen people coming out.
Let's see. But putting that aside, we can save the Superman review for next week, perhaps. Who knows?
All
Maybe even I'll go see it just for the content, right? But I feel like we got time for one more, so I'm gonna let you guys choose. Do you guys want to talk about the potential Will Smith anime that could be happening, or do you want to talk about the latest Hassan drama?
The Will Smith
They both
anime
sound
is
awesome.
something I haven't heard of. What is that? What's that about?
Okay, we'll do the Will Smith thing. Because I feel like most people have already talked about the Hassan thing anyway. So,
Hassan's
but
done to death.
yeah. So, got a bad feeling about this. Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith's Westbrook Inc. has entered into a strategic partnership with US-based animation studio Azuki. They aim to pioneer next-generation anime content for global audiences. So, I don't know if anybody else here remembers fucking Neo Yokio.
No, I don't.
Oh, okay. So you don't remember the Jaden Smith anime Neo Yokio? Let me see if I can find like a little compilation of like the best moments. Because
Is
this
this
shit
one of
was
those things
goofy,
that
bro.
I possibly saw but blocked out of my brain?
Maybe. It was a masterpiece. Yeah, so this was a show that apparently fucking what's his name? God damn it. Jaden Smith helped to like produce and I think also voice acted in. I think he's like this guy with the pink hair.
I'm being told to not let you pay that to the point that my husband nearly choked me to death while I was drinking water. I'm putting I muted my microphone to take a drink, and all of a sudden his voice just thundered behind me. Do not let him play that, and I nearly spit my water all over my computer.
It is that bad. Don't subject people to that bullshit. How dare you, Jazz?
Listen, I'm trying to
You're
set
trying to
the
kill people out here. Knock it
I
off.
don't know. Yeah, we don't know what this is. What is?
I think he's trying to kill people. He nearly choked me.
Sheep, I'm trying to set the scene for them, okay? Listen, we're talking about the Will Smith anime that might be coming, so I needed to give them the preamble so they know what we might be in for here. You know what? Sheep just doesn't deserve the big Toblerone, all right? That's why he's upset. Sheep does not deserve the big Toblerone. That's why he's mad. Oh, fuck. Oh, man. Okay. All right. God damn it. Oh, wait, hang on. I think we have like a little thing here. Is this part of the Gigi Jaden Smith is getting into the anime game too? Oh no, it's a different thing. He's getting back into the anime game. I love how this lady says he's getting into the anime game as if he wasn't there at least once before, but I guess we all just kind of are trying to memory hole that shit, right? It's like, no, I'm not gonna let you guys forget about Neo Yokio, right? We do not forget the mistakes of the past or else we are doomed to repeat them. God damn it. We don't fucking forget, all right? I'm not gonna let you guys forget. You know what? Fuck Sheep, I'm playing it.
Boy, are we making a splash. They love seeing us together.
People
What the
just
fuck?
can't get enough of other people standing on a red carpet.
What is this draw art?
Bitch.
This is a disaster.
Hey, homies.
How about that food? Yeah.
Her voice is pure cashmere.
As if from Loro Piana, sir.
My life is probably quite boring compared to yours.
Darling, you'd be surprised. I'm just a humble
What is this
housewife
animation?
Palaca. I spend most nights alone with my cat Medusa.
Also, why the fuck is there a cat there?
I don't.
Jog around the reservoir.
I still tripping off the fact he's just got a fucking robot, like a fucking Gundam just rolling around with him, right? Just hanging out.
You didn't hear? She's in the hospital.
That's terrible.
I'll bring her a big Toblerone.
How thoughtful.
Honey, the
I like
snacks are ready.
Guys, I
Toblerone.
gotta go. Snacks are ready.
What?
Knock, knock. It's me, Kaz. I brought you a big Toblerone.
You know what, Helena?
Wow.
You don't deserve this big Toblerone.
Oh, Archangelo.
Is this
what are you
real?
doing here?
This is real.
Like
This happened.
something I would have seen on
This
Saturday
happened.
Night Live.
Your girl right now, son?
I can see
Like the
that.
Toblerone hasn't been like, added in by some YouTuber.
What do you say?
Yo, Archangelo's macking your girl right now, son?
I can see that. Fuck this.
Okay, listen. Listen, if Will Smith comes out swinging like this with whatever the fuck he's got planned, I will watch it for the content, bro. I'd have to at that point because like, but let me. Okay, wait. So Jaden Smith will voice the character Kozo in its Amphibia Afranime or Afro anime. Aframe.
Terrible.
Oh my
Why?
god, they're trying so hard. Now
Africanime is better.
The threat of Aframe looms on the horizon, brothers and sisters.
They at least gonna get better voice actors.
I really doubt it. I really doubt
Remember
it.
when Will Smith tried to make his son the star of that After Earth movie? That was so bad.
So bad.
Yeah, we were actually just talking about that the other night.
And he will also contribute music for the film. Oh my god! And look at this fucking design. What is this? What is happening
Ugly.
here?
That's what it is.
It's not
My head's
great.
on fire. It's easy to cosplay, you know. That's something they did think of when they design these characters nowadays. Is how easy can a cosplayer put this outfit on?
I just I don't know who they're getting to do the art, man, because it almost like somebody said it's Neo Yokio all over again, and like the way this looks, this almost does look like they got the same person who did the art for Neo Yokio again. Bro, what's your budget for the anime? What could you do with like $350?
I got $350.
Bro. Cannon Buster is a better black anime. Yeah, Cannon Buster is sick. Cannon Buster's fucking awesome. I love the intro, the music for that anime. That shit's great. And the show itself was pretty good too, so. This will suck with a capital S. That's my prediction. Neo Yokio 2. Yeah, everybody's talking about it. They all know. The people have not forgotten. They will carry this shit into the viewing of this new anime.
Well,
they will know and
right
they will
after we get
they will
off
compare.
This, I'll have forgotten it.
I don't think you can ever forget the Big Toblerone. Let's be real here. Big Toblerone is eternal, Rada. You will never forget. I still have. I feel like we talked about the Toblerone thing on the podcast a while back, and I still haven't actually found one anywhere. Like I don't know where the fuck they sell them because I'm so curious as to what the hell a Toblerone even tastes like. I've never had one. I've never seen it.
Chocolate.
I've never seen
chocolate.
Yeah, I'm aware it's chocolate, but I'm like, is it like how's it compared to like a fucking Hershey's bar or a Reese's cup or something?
Better than Hershey's for sure.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, they're not as good as they used to be, but they're still really good. And they have there's a honey nougat in them and some almonds, and I can't eat them anymore. It's depressing.
Oh no.
It's a good chocolate bar. Plus, it's like they got that design, the pyramids. You know, it's that's the thing they got going for them.
Yeah. Oh, plus, yeah. I just realized like the original post also mentioned that Jada Pinkett is in on this, right? And after the whole fucking Cleopatra thing on Netflix, you can only imagine how fucking retardedly, annoyingly black this whole thing is gonna be, right? Like even though we're pulling straight from a extremely Asian fucking medium, right? That is anime. Like again, like the Aframe, right? Like we're already doing it. We're already starting with this stupid shit. Fucking Aframe. I can't, man.
It's only a matter of time before they try to convince us that anime was always black.
It's like, stop trying to make fetch happen. You know, stop trying to make Aframe happen.
There were some people on Twitter like a while back that we're talking about because they saw like the Dandadan intro had like a little bit of inspiration from like a music video of like some black vocalist lady. I don't know what it was exactly, but like one of the characters from Dandadan does like a dance from a music video in the intro to that anime, and like somebody was like, oh, there they go, taking black culture again, man. Anime wouldn't even exist without black culture, and you know, just the whole fucking the whole like Afro essentialism thing, right? Like the blacks built the pyramids, blacks built modern society, and the whites came in and stole it from them. Yeah, all that stupid shit. You know, your fucking what was his name? The Yakub shit, right? Yeah. All that fucking nonsense. So we'll have to see, man. We'll have to wait and see. But I ain't got high hopes for this. I'm feeling like they're just not going to be able to just make a good anime. It's gonna have to be a good black anime, which means it's gonna be a bad anime. Rihanna Jazz, God, you really are a white guy in black skin. Jazz, was that Rihanna that they pulled that from? I thought it was someone else. Hang on, was it? I don't think it was it Rihanna that that Dan bit is from.
Oh, Sheep might know.
I could have sworn it was like some other lady. Could be though. I don't fucking know. Don't insult my dad. Wait, who's your dad? I don't know. But anyway, yeah, I suppose that's all there is to say about this now is just kind of, you know, like brace yourself for whatever the fuck is going to be coming at us, because it may end up being Neo Yokio level again. It may be even worse. I don't know how that'd be possible, but where the Smiths are concerned at this point, like I don't know. They've all fallen off at this point. So who the fuck knows what they're going to be putting out.
Especially Will. Oh my god.
Yeah. You will not profane the name of the All-Father, rightful king of the Alanis, praise be upon him. Oh, Yakub. Oh, fucking.
Oh.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, but I suppose that's enough for today. I think we can call that a podcast. We've been at it for like 3.5 hours. So why don't we do the questions, get the title sorted out, and then we'll call it a night. Let's see, what options do we have for the title?
Right. What do we got for titles?
Oh, and of course, Bear sent me some more articles about unpacking the relationship between anime and its black fans. Oh my god.
You have fun with that.
No, I don't think I will. Oh fuck. How black fans and creators are redefining and oh my god, why are they like this? God damn it. Oh god. I'm about to become a bigger coon than Kata right now, I swear to god. I'm about to out coon Kata at this very moment. But yeah, I got 4 titles listed down here. So necromancy might justify a Hulk smashing. We got r/fatgirlquotes, which might be my favorite, I think. We got dick-proof robots, and we got Chuck E. Cheese mixologist, which is a hell of a job title when you really think about it.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll roll with those 4, I guess.
Okay, I'm gonna have to make the first one a little
shorter.
Shorter.
Yeah, at least for the vote. We can put the whole thing in the title for the YouTube video. But oh, we lost Enzo again. Enzo,
come back.
Enzo. Oh, there he is. Oh. 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 Uh-oh. We can't see this bit, chat. This is a private moment. Welcome back. You all good there, buddy? Wait, we can't hear you. You're still muted. Enzo, you're still muted. I can see you trying to talk.
Gotcha.
There we go. Now we can hear you. You're good. Yeah, you all right there, pal?
I'm fine.
Yeah, you got a little something on your cheek there. You sure?
I know.
Hey, good for you, bro. Good for you.
But as
Love
far
Love to
as
see it.
names,
Mm-hmm.
I am leaning more towards fat girl quotes.
Well, I
or
mean,
Chuck
you're
E.
allowed.
Cheese mixologist.
You're allowed to put a vote in, right? It goes up to viewer vote, and guests are allowed to vote.
It's up, and you'll
it's up on
never
the
guess
YouTube
what's
side.
winning right this minute.
I think I would go with Chuck E. Cheese because it matches the funny thumbnail you made.
True, but like it's sometimes I feel like it's funnier when the title has nothing to do with the thumbnail.
It can be very
that happens a lot. It happens a lot with our show. But anyway,
All right,
what about the
ready for
questions? What do we got?
questions?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, first from NDA. In a Nigerian accent, Stupenzo. Why you film in front of bookshelf?
I'm not in my house. This is Meg's house. So this is her bookshelf. I'm in the
It's not even his own
Normally
bookshelf.
I'm in a storage room. Yeah, a bunch of
Yeah, any Diary of a Wimpy Kid back there or anything, or what? You got some of the good shit?
No.
You got any Archie comics?
It's like no, it's all
garbage.
It's all weird history books and crazy
Like self-help
like
stuff.
Hitler's physician.
Wait, what?
Hitler's physician talking about how like Hitler had like syphilis and all this stuff.
Interesting.
Huh.
Some other weird books. There's all kinds of stuff in there.
I was unaware that he was quite so promiscuous, but all right, sure. I can. All right. I suppose
Right.
next question.
NDA says, Jazz, I watched K-pop Demon Hunters, and you're right, it's great. Who are your favorite characters and song? Mine's Sussy the Magpie and Derpy the Tiger, and the song Your Idol. Best villain song in years.
I like the main character, the main girl, like the leader of the K-pop Demon Hunter team. I forget her fucking name exactly, but I liked her. And as far as the songs, I think the one I liked the most is probably the one where they were like fighting in the plane, like before the plane like crashed and they had to jump out. I don't know what it's called. I gotta look up the fucking soundtrack because there are some bangers in there for sure. I'm sure it's up on iTunes by now, so I can look into that. But yeah, great fucking movie. If you guys haven't seen it yet, like Stupenzo, I know you like movies. If you haven't checked that one out yet, if you like animated stuff, I recommend it. It's actually pretty solid. It's on Netflix.
Okay.
K-pop Demon Hunters.
Yeah, I heard you guys talking about it a minute ago.
Yeah, give it a watch and tell me what you think. I'm curious how you'd like it. I think it's pretty solid though.
Okay.
The
Especially for a
Devastator has
Netflix
a
thing.
statement instead of question. I think he put this in the wrong place. Her suit colors should have been green, black, and red. Or green, red, and
Oh.
black.
Jamaican colors, yeah.
Electric Angel was Justin Hammer in this show.
No. Isn't he? Is he not like dead? Or
I have
like
no
in jail or something? I know he got somehow at the end of Iron Man 2? It's Iron Man 2, right? Justin Hammer? I think it was 2. But yeah, I think he went to jail or some shit. So I don't think he's around anymore. They just got rid of him. He's
You're asking for things above my pay grade.
deleted from the universe pretty much. But yeah, no, he didn't appear. Not even mentioned.
And then finally, Electric Angel says, can the next version of Spark be a Shota raccoon boy?
No. Nope. No Shotas. Well, okay, you know what? Fine. I'll tell you what. If you guys fund it, because I'm not fucking paying for it, but if you guys fund it, I can probably have Piro throw together like a chibi model that has like a little raccoon outfit or something, like a little raccoon onesie. we can probably make that happen. But you guys got to fund that shit. That ain't coming from me. I'm already mostly paying for the 2.0s at this point, right? I can barely get the funding up for that. Was Iron Man 2? Okay, thank you, Villain. Yeah, so that would be on y'all. You let me know if you guys really want me to set up a fund for that.
That is the end of our questions for the night.
Okay.
Cool.
Sounds good. Very cool. All right, then I guess that's a wrap. What won the vote?
r/fatgirlquotes.
Oh, there you go. Sometimes it's just meant to be.
I'm cool.
Yeah. We love a bit of self-deprecating humor, don't we? I do it all the
If you're
time.
around me long enough, you either have to get used to it or tell me to shut up. So
There you go. All right, guys. Then I think that'll be a wrap for tonight's episode of the Offensive Charm podcast. But once more, for posterity's sake, Enzo, can you tell the people about yourself, what you got going on? If you got anything planned coming up, that they can come and
Yeah,
tune
just
into?
Stupenzo at YouTube. I got a commentary track for Shaquille O'Neal's movie Steel, premiering tomorrow at 2:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. That'll be a fun one. Check that out whenever. Yeah, check it out. Give the channel a look-see if you like weird Mystery Science Theater, best of the worst, EFAT movies type stuff. We have fun over there.
Sounds good. Sounds good shit. All right, Rada, but what about you? What's going on with on your end?
there should be a stream this Thursday. I'm not up to videos just yet, but we're getting closer.
Okay,
And finally, I will be doing D&D this Sunday. I'm not entirely sure what time, but at some time on Sunday, there will be a D&D stream.
Fair enough.
I gotta figure that out. I think they want to do it about noon Mountain Time, but I'm not 100% positive on that. So we will get that figured out for sure before Sunday. So
Sounds good. As
That's
for
what I
me, I got streams for the next couple of days as per usual. Tomorrow I'll probably do the new Wuthering Waves content. Me, I like my gacha games. We'll play some Marvel Rivals in the evening with the homies. On Thursday nights, karaoke time. We got Share the Stage with La Lufe as my special guest this time around. And of course, that'll be the show that is open to the audience on the second half. So if anybody like Stupenzo here would like to come and sing during the second half of the show, you're more than welcome to.
notice he says Stupenzo.
Yeah, well, because I know Stupenzo's interested. I can tell he's interested because he actually showed up for one, Rada. How about that? How about that, Rada?
Well done.
Yeah, maybe
I'm
you show
proud
up
of
for
you.
one. I'll be convinced of your interest. How about that, huh?
I'll work on it.
Okay. All right. We'll talk. But yeah, that's about it. And then that's pretty much the whole week. I'm not sure what I'll be doing before the karaoke on Thursday. I probably still fit something else in. Maybe do some more Mecha Break. Mecha Break's cool. I think it's pretty fun. But yeah, we'll see. I'll keep you guys posted. Join the Discords or whatever, and we'll get you guys the info you need. But as far as we go, we are done for the night. But we'll be back next Tuesday, same time, same place. So feel free to swing back by then. Again, thank you guys all so much for being here tonight. Hope you guys had a good time. I'm pretty sure we did, right? General consensus, good time? Yes?
Yes.
All
Very
right.
good time. I enjoyed myself considerably.
Great.
I'll
Thanks for
even
having
come
me.
back next week.
Awesome. Good shit. All right. Well, then that's a wrap for us, guys. So until next time, you all take care of yourselves. Go get some food and some water. Get some sleep.
Yeah.
All that good stuff. And we'll check you in the next one, episode 68. Oh, we're so close to episode 69. Oh, my God. Oh, I'm so close.
One more after this one.
All right, guys. Later.